Introducing first out of the blue corner, with head trainer Jefferson Caraballo. He weighed in at 153.4 pounds. Wearing black trunks with gold trim, his record, 34 victories with 4 defeats. 25 of those victories coming by way of knockout. He is the former WBO junior middleweight champion of the world from Sombrio, Santa Catarina, Brazil, Patrick Teixeira! Introducing out of the red corner, with head trainer Javier Centeno. He too weighed in at 153.4 pounds. Wearing blue trunks, his record, perfect. 18 fights, 18 victories. 12 of those victories coming by way of knockout. He is the reigning, defending NABO, NABF Junior Middleweight Champion from San Juan, Puerto Rico, Xander Zayas!
Ya te di las reglas en el camerino. Protéjase todo el tiempo y obedeces mis órdenes todo el tiempo. Gave you the instructions in the dressing room. I expect a good, clean fight. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands at all times.
It has been a steady ascent. Now 18-0 is Xander Zayas. And Tim, those 18 opponents he has faced, they have occupied 71 professional rounds of Zayas' time. Not a single one has outlanded him in connected punches in Zayas' career. 71 rounds as a pro, nobody's outlanded him in a single round.
And none of those opponents were southpaw. He's
That's
facing
right.
his first southpaw. And a power puncher at that, a veteran, former world champion.
Well, let's get to the southpaw factor. How does it play here?
All right, let's educate. Open stance battle. What that means is lead hand, it's always at war. It's always battling for position. The backhand, the way you line up your backhand, has a free lane to travel. It's about getting outside foot dominance, getting that lead foot outside of your opponent's lead foot to be able to set up your backhand. Whoever can dominate that position on the outside will more than likely be able to land a power shots test.
Zayas firing off that right hand on the inside moments ago, getting the crowd's attention. Of course, you understand on this night with this crowd here in New York, anything he does offensively is going to get a big reaction.
I want to see if Xander, I want to see how he deals with southpaws, one, and deal with the pressures that be. This is a big night for him. 21 years old, Tess. He's been waiting on this entire career. You know, the pressure can either make you or break you, Tess. We're going to see how he's going to deal with this pressure tonight.
Last time out, he came out and scored a knockdown in the first round of his last fight against Fortea back on December 9th. Here, a more managed approach against Teixeira. And there's that right hand as Teixeira was posting with his southpaw jab.
Yeah, and Xander kind of lunged with that right hand. It was a bit off balance, but recovered very well. That's
Finish that
hook.
three-punch combination with that left hook to the body.
Left hook to the body.
So he scores getting underneath the elbow, and now gives a level change with the right hand going to the body as well.
Again, foot placement, extremely important. Every time you see Xander land that right hand, that lead foot is placed outside of Teixeira's. Good left hand right there from Teixeira. Teixeira now feels like he's getting in the rhythm now. He's starting a little bounce in his step, trying to change things up on Xander, trying to confuse him.
Para la campana.
End of one.
Time.
Good look here at Madison Square Garden, the theater where Xander Zayas looks to play a starring role. He was starring with the power punches in that first round, Tim. He had 8, including a very nice right uppercut.
Yeah, especially on the inside. You got to be calm to be able to see this. Again, beautiful short uppercut right there. He sees Teixeira's head leaning forward in that high guard. What he do? He split that guard with that uppercut. Good placement right there from the young Xander Zayas.
Able to get that real estate on the inside here early on in round number 2. There's a right hand. Oh, the young guy's finding his rhythm.
Yeah, but he's still got to be careful. Still got to be careful. He's finding his rhythm. He's finding his mark. Yeah. Teixeira, he can punch now. And Xander got to be careful not to get hit with a shot that he doesn't see coming.
Teixeira trying to pick up the pace a little bit, return some fire just so he has something to respect.
Yep.
Short right hand from Xander, and then he goes to the body, places that left hand there again.
Looking for that liver right there on that flank. Just the liver sits right on that right side, the lead side of Teixeira.
Remember, it was a left hook to the body that scored his last knockout victory. 2-punch combination.
Just great timing right there. Great timing and placement for Xander. Teixeira just standing in front right now. He's covering up. He's battling, Tess. He's trying to do as much as he possibly can right now to fend off the younger, faster, quicker Xander Zayas. But he just seems to be a bit outgunned tonight. Nice. Xander looking for the overhand right. He's looking to change levels, drop his level, and sneak Teixeira over the top with the right hand. You drop low and you come up high.
He's going with that left hand to the body again.
Nice right hand down to the
body. There's that
again.
level change again. We'll sit down on it. Wide sweeping, just missed with the right hand. Teixeira back to that southpaw jab.
See, when you're facing the southpaw, the pace is slowed down a bit. I know Xander's trying to keep the pace and intensity. However, those angles are different when you're facing southpaws. Southpaws are used to orthodox fighters' angles, but orthodox fighters are not used to the southpaw angles. That's the advantage that southpaws sometimes have.
Good combination from Xander.
Para la campana.
Good shot right there from Teixeira.
He went to the body himself.
He dug downstairs too.
You pointed it out early, Tim, and that was Xander Zayas targeting the left hand to the body. And through 2 rounds, he has 14 body punches landed. 14-2 connect advantage with the body punches. In that last round, Xander Zayas threw 93 punches, landed 32.
That's smart. That's smart. That takes the legs of the older fighter. You know, Teixeira has been in a lot of wars. I mean, he's coming in this fight out for 3 wins and up in weight, Tess. But that's the way you break down your opponent. You go down to that body, especially an older, savvy veteran in Teixeira.
Bernardo, give us a sense of what you're hearing in the corner of Xander.
Javier Centeno wants him to stay patient. Don't fall in, because that's the only place that he feels that Teixeira can have any success. So stay on the outside and continue to work.
Teixeira threw that left hand, then wound it up as he retreated.
Yeah, it was barely off the mark. Xander got to be careful. That looping shot right there, that's a punch that Teixeira's really good at landing and setting up. He'll move his head to his right, and as he's moving it, He'll loop that left hand right down the middle.
Stop.
Oh, nice feint right there. Got the hands down of Teixeira. Let's see if Xander sets anything up on it. Yep. Oh,
body shot
as well.
Right hand to the body. You can see the effect that it's having.
And let's also remember that Teixeira, he fought 3 months ago, just 3 months ago.
Stop.
In March. So he was able to build on a training camp coming into this fight. He was expecting this fight to happen. So I expect him to be in shape.
He was 164.25 pounds for that fight. 2 fights ago, he's 167.5, and then comes in 153 and change here.
Watch your heads in there.
You can roll those training camps into the other, one into the other. So he was pretty low. He's just 10 pounds away. So if he controlled his diet in between the fights, in between time, training camps, he should be physically strong tonight.
And Zayas stepping on the gas for a moment. Doubling up the left hand on the inside was Teixeira. Zayas comes back with the right hand.
Para la campana.
These fans are loving the early start by Xander Zayas. Is through 3. He has a 61-13 connected advantage. Patrick Teixeira, the former belt holder in this weight class, has only landed 9% of his total punches thrown.
He's on the move as well now. Maybe a fight for survival, Tess. A lot of pressure Xander Zayas is putting on him, bagging him up. That's one way that we don't really talk about much in beating a southpaw. You take away those angles. You get him in that T position. You get him along those ropes where he's squared up and you're dead center. And you're able to operate with both hands, not just one. Xander keeps loading up with that right hand. And he keeps forward shifting when he throws that right hand. You see that back foot lift up off the ground and come forward, Tess. He's exposed at that very moment. Teixeira has yet to make him pay for that. There's that left hook.
Right hand to the body, right on the belt line. Smothers him with an uppercut. Remember the big uppercut that he landed in round number 1. Tried to get around that right elbow, partially blocked that body shot was.
He's using the feints now. You see the foot feints coming.
That's what he was told before this round, to utilize the foot feint. Try to create the opening with it.
Yeah, you keep your opponent guessing. And if they were planning anything, a good feint would force them to throw the shot that they were planning a little bit too early, and you're able to capitalize on those mistakes. But you see how Teixeira, he's keeping that lead hand, he's keeping it glued down to his body, bracing himself for those body shots that Xander's trying to throw and land. What do you think about the technique of Teixeira right now? What do you think about his technique from your eyes? That's a looping shot right there. That's the shot I was telling you about. He moves right, dips his head, brings the eyes over there, and a looping shot. But
that does come with some risk, though.
But what I'm saying is,
end of 4.
It just seems like he's somewhat of a shell of himself.
There's no doubt about that. Back here in New York, a big boxing week where our Timothy Bradley was honored on Thursday night right here on Park Avenue, winning the Sam Taub Award for Broadcast Excellence. Timmy, congratulations. It has been a thrill to be with you every step of the way on this magnificent ride.
Thank you, Tess.
Post-fight career, a Hall of Fame as a fighter, and now a Excellence in Broadcasting Award, the Sam Taub Award, honored by the Boxing Writers of America. And then moments after that, Naoya Inoue was named Fighter of the Year.
Oh,
it's been great to have him in New York this week as well. Was at Yankee Stadium last night to see the Dodgers. He was doing a little bit of shopping on Fifth Avenue today. I don't know if you saw the way he walked in with his new duds. Here we are, round number 5. Xander Zayas in complete control. The 21-year-old undefeated fighter. Mark Kriegel, how do you see it?
Really doesn't take much to score this a shutout. Not a tough fight to score. I think it's worth bearing in mind that this is the same Patrick Teixeira, or was the same Patrick Teixeira, who beat Carlos Adames. It's also Xander Zayas' first professional test against the southpaw. And it's not just about Teixeira being old. He's making him look old. He's making his punches look wide. He's making his punches look slow. He said he would be disappointed if he doesn't take him out in 6. And right now, I have to agree with him.
The activity has picked up from Xander Zayas, letting his hands go. Teixeira's doing everything he can to evade and get away. Some of those shots are getting in, especially down to the body from Xander Zayas. And Xander seems to be off balance. You know, I've seen a lot of positions where Xander is vulnerable. You know, letting his hands go, getting a little bit too excited. He needs to take his time, set up his attacks. It seems to me he's rushing things at times. Getting overly anxious, Tess. And Tess, I'm gonna tell you something. Just because you're facing a southpaw and it seems odd to use your jab, you still gotta use it. You still gotta apply it. You gotta occupy the space in between you and your opposition. You gotta give him something to look at. And right now, Xander, he's not using his jab. He's not committing with his jab. And that will help him be able to set up this power shot, which is that right hand and left hook he's looking for. And Teixeira can do this all night long. He can do this all night. These are veteran survival tactics. See, look, he's playing the game right now. Moving his body, upper body, slipping, sliding. Just buying time.
Yep.
Trying to confuse the young man.
And that's how he approached this entire round. Here at MSG for this fight night. These fans are rooting on Xander Zayas against Patrick Teixeira, who Mark mentions when he won the vacant interim junior middleweight world title against Adames back in 2019. That was against another 18-0 fighter, but this is a very different version that you sense tonight of Patrick Teixeira.
Not active, Tess.
He's only landed 26 punches to this point. You hear the thud of that right hand to the body. Gets the warning from Ricky Gonzalez. Goes to the body again with the right hand. Oh, good right hand that splits the guard.
Good body shot.
A little more pop on these punches from Zayas.
A lot more pop on shots from Zayas. But just well placed again. He's punching where he believes Teixeira is trying to go. So he's cutting off that angle right there by going down to the body with the left hook. And then he's bringing him right back into his right hand. Nice short shot on there from Teixeira. Just letting his hands go. There's not a whole lot of pop on the shots of Teixeira. Man, it has a lot to do with the weight being lost. Definitely taking a lot out of him, Tess.
The right hand sends him back. Teixeira tries to fight his way off the ropes. Back to that southpaw jab.
And Teixeira's not going to go. He's not going to go anywhere easy now. He was years ago. He was able to take Carlos Adames, who's a big puncher.
Yes.
He was able to take him on, take him the distance and win.
It was a unanimous decision against Adames.
So he can take a punch. He's very durable, excuse me. He's sneaking in that left hand on Xander.
Para la campana.
Xander Zayas making his way out for round number 7 against Patrick Teixeira. It has been the body work that has carried the night so far for young Xander. He has a 45-8 connect advantage on body punches.
Teixeira is still strong, still fighting back in spurts. He's not going to go anywhere easy. Xander's going to have to force that. He's going to have to get busy with his activity, and he's got to get more consistent with his work if he wants to stop Teixeira. But as long as this fight is fought at this pace, he's not going to get the stoppage test.
And when we met with him yesterday, he was virtually guaranteeing it. In fact, I believe he said, I'll get rid of him in 6.
Yeah. Good right hand.
Excellent work with the right hand there.
Yes, it was. Again, positioning.
Túmbalo, Xander, túmbalo. He started the whole thing. That's almost it. Like this. She looked good, but she was I know.
Reaching right there with the right hand. See, this can be a really good thing because if you look at the landscape of this division, you got southpaws. Plenty of southpaws in this division. You know, and Xander Zayas has dreams and aspirations to be a world champion in this division. And you got a guy like the towering Inferno.
Sebastian Fundora.
Fundora, yes, that's a southpaw with an 80-something inch reach.
Well, the big headline in this division is what's going to happen on August 3rd when Terrence Bud Crawford takes on Madrimov, the WBA champion. When Bud Crawford's entering a division, obviously, there's one name at the top.
Absolutely. But again, new division for Bud. I expect nothing but greatness. However, he still has to get in there, and he has to take care of business, Tess. And he's in there, Madrimov, who's a puncher, a big puncher, and all he needs is one to land.
And who knows where things will go in terms of weight class for Xander Zayas. You mentioned yesterday, look at his back, look at his shoulders, just 21, still growing into it. I mean, we could be seeing a middleweight sooner or later.
Yes. But right now, just judging by what I'm seeing right now, minor difficulty being able to land on the southpaw. Good left hook right there, especially one that's just a shell of himself. So.
Remember, Xander Zayas, we've been talking about him for a long time. He signed a promotional contract with Top Rank when he was only 16 years old. He turned pro just after his 17th birthday. So it has been a long path of everybody having eyes on Xander Zayas to work his way up to this point where he would be the main event guy on a night like this at Madison Square Garden. And here he is, deep in this fight. He's been in total control against a 33-year-old version of a former belt holder in Patrick Teixeira that does not really fully represent the guy that we've talked about with reaching the heights in 2019. Xander said Teixeira, though, is the right opponent at the right time in terms of gaining experience. Do you feel that way with what you're seeing here tonight, Timmy?
It's his first southpaw.
Yep.
I mean, you got to be able to deal with southpaws. Although Xander Zayas is winning this fight handily, again, it's about how you do it, Tess, how you look. That's important, especially under these bright lights with the circumstances that's surrounding us right now.
Nice right uppercut that comes in. Then he goes to the body and the follow-up, a headshot as well. Works behind the jab, a right hand up top. Xander has him in trouble here. He's on the attack. Headshot after headshot. Now stalking his prey. Teixeira tries to tie up, but he can't.
Must have heard me, Tess.
Zayas goes to the body again. A little bit of blood coming from the nose of Teixeira. Teixeira tries to play that off, shake it off.
Then he does a smart thing and go down to the body. No one likes to get hit down to the body. And once you receive a body shot, you step back and say, that didn't feel too well.
And see the redness on the right side of his body from all those body punches.
That was one of my secrets, Tess.
What's that, Timmy?
When you hurt me or I feel like you're getting the best of me, I'll dig down to your body and I bag you off and I buy myself some time. Because no one likes to get hit down there in the kitchen, man. No one.
Clear punch combination from Zayas.
Good shot.
A lot of punches early on in this round, and now
this might be the beginning of the end right here, Tess.
Tries to press it again in the final 10 seconds.
Step back. Para la campana.
Great look at the theater here at Madison Square Garden. The majority of these fans here to root on Xander Zayas on Puerto Rican Day Parade weekend as the ringside physicians are taking a look at Patrick Teixeira.
That last round.
They're going to let him go. Mark Kriegel, what say you?
Guess what? It's still a shutout, fellas. Listen, I think you're being a little hard on Xander last couple of rounds. He's fighting a guy who's junk balling him. Teixeira has never hurt him, and he's not really intent on engaging him.
A little hard on him? I don't think so. Expectations. Folks at home, fans, people, we all have expectations. And we're looking for the next Puerto Rican star. Is Xander Zayas that guy? That's the question that everyone has in their minds. Is he showing that tonight? Ask yourself that. And look, I understand he's 21 years old. Cotto won a world championship when he was 24. He was 24 years old. So he does have time. Does have time to develop. Maybe fight another southpaw in the near future. New territory for Xander right now. 9 rounds. He's only been 8. It's his first 10-rounder.
So a lot of firsts, and you see blood streaming down the left eye of Teixeira. Told you, first time the standalone Puerto Rican attraction on this traditional fight card. First time against a fighter who has held a belt. First time against a southpaw, and now first time deep into a scheduled 10-rounder. Blood's becoming more significant here in round number 9.
Teixeira going in survival mode right now. Trying to get away. Good right hand right there from Xander.
Teixeira plays it off.
perfect cutoff right there.
Tried to take that angle as Teixeira was going out to the right. And the younger, fresher legs cut him off and threw that left hand. Right hand to the body.
Para la campana.
Javier Centeno, the trainer of Xander Zayas, just told his charge, Timmy. He said, hey, when Teixeira is circling to the outside, if you cut him off like that and land punches, the referee's going to stop this fight. Let's see if he gets a stoppage here. Good combination, headshots there. Xander digging in, tried to land the uppercut. Teixeira tried to sneak one in on his own. Offensive output from the 21-year-old here. 10th and final round.
Now that's what people want to see.
That version.
Exactly. That's what we want to see. It wasn't Martin just said that he don't have to get a knockout, but he gotta be, people gotta be salivating over him. Not that way, but in a sense, that's what Martin said, right? Love the intensity. I love the intent from Xander. I love the fact that he's trying to at least attempt to go for the knockout. Trying to finish this fight strong. Shows he has good lungs. He knows now that I can go 10 rounds. No problem. The next time around, he knows that, hey, I can expend a little bit more energy here. Still got to be able to manage your energy throughout the course of 10 rounds. He's 21 years old, his first 10-rounder. Good right hand.
Long range right hand landing.
And Teixeira is just savvy. I mean, again, using his experience right now. And then, he caught him with that nice little 1-2 from the southpaw position. Look at you. Look, you see, it's so funny. And he comes back because he's like, he's saying, the young guy, okay, young man, you threw everything at me. I'm still here.
Shaking his head at him right there.
Now can you take mine? So he's trying to get some get back.
Remember, he suffered that cut a round ago as well. They were able to tie that up. Final half minute. This looks like it's going to be the first time that Xander Zayas has gone a full 10 rounds of experience against a former belt holder. Dominated from start to finish. Got a bloody left side of the face of Teixeira. He got done.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds here inside the theater at Madison Square Garden, we go to the judges' scorecards for the official decision. Tony Paolillo and Steve Weisfeld both have it 100-90. Ron McNair has it 99-91. For your winner by unanimous decision. And still NABF, NABO Junior Middleweight Champ, Xander Zayas!
Xander Zayas now 19-0.
Introducing first, out of the blue corner, presented in association with Toscano Boxing Promotions. He weighed in at 153.6 pounds. Wearing green trunks with red and white trim. His record, 25 victories with 2 defeats. 12 of those victories coming by way of knockout. From Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico, Damian Samurai Sosa. Introducing out of the red corner. He weighed in at 153.4 pounds, wearing maroon trunks with gold trim. His record, perfect. 19 fights, 19 victories. 12 of those victories coming by way of knockout. Ranked number 3 by the WBO, number 7 by the WBC. He is the reigning, defending NABO and NABF junior middleweight champion from San Juan, Puerto Rico, Xander Zayas.
Ya te di las reglas en el camerino. Protéjase todo el tiempo y obedeces mis órdenes todo el tiempo. I gave you the instructions in the dressing room. I expect a good, clean fight. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands at all times.
You see the high energy that Xander Zayas is expanding in the corner as he goes back to get the final instructions from his trainer, Javier Centeno. Look, Damian Sosa is 4-1 against 5 undefeated opponents who are combined 46-0. He's been here before. Xander Zayas has never been in a fight against an opponent who tends to throw more punches than he does. That is the case tonight. Bernardo Osuna and Timothy Bradley with ringside reporter Mark Kriegel coming to you from the theater at MSG in New York City.
Sosa is a spray and pray type of fighter. He usually gets up into the chest. Right now, he's choosing to box on the outside, which is interesting. Usually, he closes the gap extremely fast. He comes in behind the jab, bobbing and weaving, trying to keep himself low to avoid punches. However, he's respecting the young Xander Zayas as of right now.
Zayas has won his first 19 fights as a pro, 12 of those by way of knockout, including his penultimate fight. But last time out against former world champion Patrick Teixeira, he went the distance, and it was a fight where Teixeira did not want to engage. Tonight, it will be a different story as you see Sosa land a stiff jab. Already Zayas controlling the work rate of Sosa behind his jab.
Yeah, I mean, it's smart. He's controlling the range and distance. He's controlling the pressure already. Sosa has yet to go. Sosa's choosing to box. I don't understand the game plan. Why are you choosing? Why are you waiting to box and wait on the young fella to be able to set his feet and land his combinations? It's so interesting to me when fighters, they don't be themselves. They come out and they be something completely different than what you saw on camera. Sosa said, I'm more than just a pressure fighter. I get that. However, the fights that he won, those 4 fights that he won, he was aggressive. He was a grill. He was pressing forward. He was making it rough and tough for the young fighters. I know it's the first round. However,
got a lot of work to do. All right. Our main event features Sandy Ryan defending her welterweight title against Michaela Mayer. Earlier tonight, Ryan got hit with red paint as she was leaving her hotel to come to the arena. It was an apparent coordinated attack. Kay Karoma, who brought her to the U.S., introduced her to a new trainer, Flick. Well, he told her not to fight. He was beside himself in the locker rooms. She was livid. She says, not only am I going to fight, I'm going to win. Michaela Mayer claims she's innocent in this situation. We believe her. Mark Kriegel spoke with both fighters once they got here. That is completely unacceptable, not how we would expect any fighter to be treated on foreign soil. And Tim, you won your first world title in the UK against Junior Witter. What is the mindset of both fighters going into this after what happened?
look, I'm just going to tell you this. You got to expect this type of stuff. You just do.
Even a physical attack?
Yeah, you got to expect anything, but you got to be able to see when my trainer, he'd let me know what was going to happen right out the gate because he's traveled overseas and he understands that there's people that bet. There's fans over there. I didn't drink their water once I went over there. When I got to the hotel room, my hotel wasn't ready. When I got in the room, the AC wasn't working. You know, there was various things. I didn't even trust the food I was eating in the restaurant. That's ate fruit the entire week that I brought. So you got to expect these type of things. And I would say to Sandy Ryan, let it go. Let it go. Be a true professional. Go out here and defend your title like you plan to.
We saw Sandy Ryan, the champion, training or warming up with Emmanuel Flick Savoy, her new trainer. Michaela Mayer also has a new trainer after the dismissal of Kei Kuroma. We're talking about former fighter Kofi Jantua, and we're going to see how she reacts to his instructions, a new voice in the corner. So that will be our main event with the WBO female welterweight title at stake at the conclusion of the fight we have in the ring right now, which features Puerto Rican star, undefeated Xander Zayas, and Mexico's Damian Sosa.
Good head movement from Xander Zayas. Also, great jab. He slowed down this pace to a comfortable pace. I like the way he's able to get underneath shots and land. You see that nice little inside counter uppercut on the inside with the left hand. He's able to find offense in between the offense of his opposition.
Punching with Sosa, and he's going to the body early on after establishing the jab in the first round. So the punch variety from Xander is exceptional so far. So is his defensive responsibility.
Sosa is being defensive responsible. He's feeling the power of Xander Zayas. He doesn't want to run into anything. And that's the reason why he's choosing to box instead of swarm. But he's not going to win the battle, this battle, by boxing. He has a chance only if he comes forward and press the action.
Round 3 of a scheduled 10-round junior middleweight attraction. Xander Zayas putting his undefeated record on the line in the red trunks trimmed with gold. The samurai, Damian Sosa, across the ring from Tijuana, Mexico. And so far, Xander Zayas has been able to tame a fighter who averages 85 punches thrown around. Through the first 2 rounds, he threw 73 total punches.
Good technique. Allows you to be efficient with your work. Great distance control from Xander. Nice right hand over the top by him. Understanding his range. Good placement with his punches. The right combinations at the right time. This is good stuff from Xander Zayas. Changing levels, going up and down with his jab. Sneaking shots underneath. And you see the counter attempt right there?
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
What I like. I like the eyes. Love the eyes.
And Tim, when you have a fighter who throws more punches, for example, Teixeira came in here to survive from Sosa,
Sosa.
But when you have a fighter who opens up a little more, it also creates opportunities for you, and that's what Xander's seeing as he lands a good shot there.
It does open up opportunities. However, on the flip side of that, it also can make a fighter that doesn't know how to handle that type of pressure be more defensive-minded. Xander Zayas, he can handle the type of pressure. He's showing us right now that he can handle pressure.
Liver shot there from Xander.
And he snuck it as he was moving backwards, and he placed that liver shot.
And you're talking about a fighter who made his pro debut at 17 years old, was already 4-0 by the time he earned his high school diploma, and Xander Zayas is a student of the game, and he's taking Sosa to school so far through the first 3.
That left hook is starting to find a home. Xander's finding a home upstairs and downstairs as well.
There it is again.
Look at that right
That
hand.
was clean.
Forward, yes. Nice little comeback counter from, now you're starting to see the tempo shift from Sosa.
There's a nice liver shot from Xander Zayas. Sosa is a fighter who knows how to take a shot. But if you start taking the air out of his tires by going downstairs, that is the secret to victory.
Yep. And you start bringing the guards down when you start going downstairs. No fighter likes to get hit down to the body. It hurts.
Mexico, Puerto Rico in the ring once again here at the theater at MSG. This is Top Rank Boxing on ESPN. Round 4 of a scheduled 10-round fight. Xander Zayas and Damian Sosa. And so far, through the first 3 rounds, Xander Zayas has landed 21 more total punches. But Tim, the telling number is 21-0 on body shots connected on.
Yeah, that's going to come back and hunt. Sosa, you know, you want to always invest in the body because late in the fight, you want to see if you can take or zap some of the energy and take the legs of the younger fighter in Zayas. However, Sosa still hasn't thrown a shot downstairs. I don't understand. You know, you got to be prepared for what you're going to see. I don't understand what's with these trainers, man, you know, and their game plans and what they're thinking about, you know.
And Tim, you have to be true to your identity,
man. I just don't get it.
That was a nice shot there from Xander Zayas.
Like, you got to find a balance that works for you. You're going to be able to get your stuff off. Stay true to yourself, but at the same time, keep yourself safe. But, man, understand the weaknesses of your opposition. He starts going down to Xander's body. You never know what you're going to uncover because no one has tested him downstairs.
Absolutely. So far, it's so an uncharacteristic performance from Damian Sosa, and a lot of it has to do with poor strategy on their side, but Xander Zayas capitalizing on that poor strategy.
Yes, he is. He's stepping around. He's not standing right in. He's not standing in front. He's setting up his offense. Level change right there, using that jab to set up his offense. And again, he can't miss with the hook. Sosa right now is out at bay. Don't know how to close the distance right now. He's not moving his head side to side. He's not giving Xander anything. No jab, no flick jab, no feints or anything. So Xander's just able to time him.
Nice left hook there from Xander Zayas. Perfectly timed, well taken by Sosa. But just moments ago, I heard the frustration in the corner of Sosa. This is not the fighter they trained for 10 weeks to come to New York.
Too much technical prowess from the young gun. That's what it is.
You see, he's 4-1 with 1 knockout against 5 undefeated opponents who are combined 46-0.
Nice inside slip right there.
But there's levels to undefeated fighters, Tim, and we're seeing that tonight.
Yes, you are. Xander Zayas is putting on the clinic tonight. He looks sharp. He looks very alert. He looks precise, very efficient with his work. I like what I'm seeing from Xander. And this is supposed to be his toughest test.
But Tim, who did he just fight? A former world champion.
Yes.
Those rounds that you go against a sneaky, tricky fighter, now you see this is looking easy through 4. Stop in the 6th round, and what a great performance from
That man different. He's different. I think he put on the best performance tonight. I know we have Xander in front of us, and we still have Sandy and also Mayer tonight. But, man, that's a must-watch fella right there. Polanco, he puts it all together. Speed, power, accuracy, ring IQ. You can see it all, and he makes it look easy. And that's what the greats do.
You know who's good at math?
Who?
Mark Kriegel. We want your unofficial scorecard, please, if you would.
Unofficially 40-36, 4 rounds to nothing. Listen, this is the Xander that we've been advertised. His hands are fast, his combinations are varied, his body work is excellent. This is the guy that we've been telling people could be a champion one day.
It's also the right opponent for a fighter like Xander Zayas to shine as he digs to the body of the Mexican fighter, goes downstairs again.
You see that left hook, finding the home from Xander. But yeah, you got a fighter that he's, again, tamed. You got to think about that. Sosa is all gas, no brakes. Xander is making him box.
I mean, he just
Making him change his character, making him change his style. You have to understand that. That's the difference.
he's timing him well. He's catching him coming in. He's making him pay for every mistake he makes.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how you tame a come forward fighter. That's exactly how you tame him. Ooh, uppercut.
He's just reading what Sosa's about to do and acting on it before Sosa has a chance to execute. Nice stiff jab once again from Xander Zayas. Sosa's face is starting to wear down here before we reach the midway point of this fight. Breathing from the mouth, totally frustrated. A nice left there from Sosa as his corner says, let your hands go.
Good defense, good angles right there from Xander.
Ooh, nice right uppercut from Xander, but then he takes two from Sosa.
Yeah, Sosa right there just letting his hands go. Trying to put more and more pressure on Xander. Xander's handling it well. He's escaping off the side exits. He's stepping around very well. He's pivoting in spots.
And landing the first clean shot before Sosa is able to land a shot of his own. All right, Sosa's gonna have some decisions to make when we come back with the second half of the fight, because as of now, it's been a runaway train. MSG, where Xander Zayas is putting on a clinic. He's landed 118 punches to 41 for Damian Sosa. That is a difference of 77, but he's thrown 100 punches more. That accounts to about 20 punches more per round, Tim. And at some point, the body punch output from Sosa has to increase. He's only landed one, and that was in the last round.
That's too late now. I mean, he hasn't went down there. It should have been from round one.
Matter of fact, his legs just buckled a little bit as they came together.
Yeah, I love Xander's defense tonight. He's been very responsible after his offense. Again, rolling under shots and placing shots. That's a special gift that he's learned how to do. It's a special skill, I should say. You know, excellent defense can enhance your offensive capabilities, and you're seeing it here. Gives you more opportunities. You got to think about it this way. You know, when you're in football, the quicker the defense gets off the field, guess what? The offense has more opportunity to score. You give them more time.
The man who's in charge of teaching and guiding Xander Zayas is Javier Centeno. Mark Kriegel spoke with him. What are they saying in Xander's corner?
I asked him how he breaks this down and comes away with a knockout in a fight that Xander looked spectacular. He says, keep going to the body. You can see Sosa's hands are dropping. And once they get low enough, we got to come up with an overhand right and finish it with a hook.
And we just saw that overhand right that didn't connect cleanly, but the idea is there. Now the execution has to come from Xander.
Sosa got a hard hit.
Nice left hook too from Xander.
But Sosa got a hard head. He ain't never been stopped before.
True.
If you're going to stop somebody with a hard head, trust me, you got to go downstairs. You have to hurt them downstairs to the liver.
A lot of guys can take a headshot and just keep coming at you, and that's the case for Sosa. So Xander just in a great rhythm. He's in his groove right now.
Right in his groove.
Nice combination.
Good combination, yep, absolutely. Everybody wondering what this is. Yes, it's distance control. Having good fundamental habits from Xander. That's why it's looking so easy. Also timing. Timing. He's able to land these shots underneath.
Low blow there from Xander Zayas. Gets the admonishment to pick it up. And Tim,
timing and technique beats all. I'm letting y'all know right now, timing and technique.
All right, well, timing and technique will be part, I'm sure, of your lab as we look ahead to tonight's main event. Mikaela Mayer looking to take the WBO welterweight title from Sandy Ryan. Against a power puncher who's at her natural weight class. It's a different story.
Yes, you put yourself in harm's way. Absolutely. And she's going to make you pay, and it's going to hurt every time you make those type of mistakes.
And then you add all the drama to that, all the emotion to that, and it changes the entire dynamic of the fight. But look at how relaxed Michaela is in her dressing room.
Yeah, she's probably looking at the lab right now, and like, that's why she's laughing.
She saw that 7-punch combination.
Yeah. She said, Tim, come on now, stop giving me up.
Well, Sosa keeps giving up that jab to Xander Zayas, and Xander says, I'll oblige you. I'll take all those jabs you give me, and then I'll throw in a body shot to boot.
See, you know, we talk about, I was talking about timing and technique, right? You know, we talk about how great power is. Power, power, power. He can land a shot, he can land a shot, but you gotta have a place to land it. You know, if you don't give him that place to land it, then how effective is power? You know, speed, the same thing. You know, you can be effective, but again, you have to get in the right range. And the only way you can do those things is with timing. Good footwork, timing, and also great technique. And that's what you're seeing with Xander Zayas.
Xander putting it all together tonight against a fighter who was supposed to come in here and test him like he'd never been tested before. But Tim, he just totally close-circuited the offense of Damian Sosa from the jump.
Got him bagging up too. Look at him. Got him bagging up along the rope. Sosa still trying to figure it out.
Nice shot on the biceps, and then that opens up a body shot for Xander Zayas.
But he rolls underneath that shot and throws the left hook. Nice roll. Nice short uppercut on the inside.
I mean, those are punishing body shots that set up that left hook to the chin from Xander Zayas.
Yeah, there's only one thing, you know, Xander just continued to stay on his jab. Sosa, what he needs to do is he needs to find a way to get to the body. Still yet, you see the jab attempt to the chest because he's having a hard time hitting the elusive young fighter Zayas.
But he's elusive while being there, Tim. He's right in front of him.
Yes.
But he's making him miss everything.
Half a step back. Good. Again, great distance recognition by Xander tonight.
Sosa trying to let his hands go, but nothing close to what we expected in terms of punch output from the fighter from Tijuana, Mexico. We'll be back with round 8. Xander Zayas is dancing in the red corner, enjoying himself, and why wouldn't he be, Tim? Last 3 rounds, Sosa, his opponent, has landed 14 total punches. In that last round, Zayas connected on 21.
This is a clinic, boxing clinic, boxing 101 from Xander Zayas. And there's times you see Xander where he's taking a little bit more chances when you don't have to, but I like it. He's trying to get more aggressive. You know, you can tell he's trying to get the stoppage. You know, he's okay with what's coming back from Sosa right now.
I mean, when you're able to land a lead uppercut, Tim, to start the round, that tells you what kind of rhythm you're in, and then you continue to make your opponent miss and land an uppercut of your own. Ooh, now the power shots.
Let's see if he can figure it out, because he has Sosa right now. He has him on that lane. That lane, you know what that lane is. He's near the exit. He's near the exit. Yep, he's near the exit. I know he's tough. Let's see if he can pull it off.
Nice body shot. I think that's the shot that's going to end the fight if it's going to end. It's a shot to the liver.
And he's going to catch him as he's shooting the right hand. He's going to dip underneath and catch him as he's shooting the right hand with the liver shot.
2 of 48 landed body shots. That means that Xander has landed 3 more body shots than his opponent has attempted. And just the controlling of range, the way he spun him.
Spun him right there.
Nice body shot again. That was to the solar plexus.
Punishing.
He's just breaking him down.
Breaking him down.
It's Sosa's game. He's going to continue to give you whatever he has, but Xander is just looking clean tonight.
Is he really Latino? Because if he was, he would have went down to the body, man. Because you know the Mexican fighters, they go down to the body, man.
You know what happened?
What happened?
Maybe he transferred his Mexican body punching power to Sandy Ryan, who's in our main event tonight.
Sandy's
she can drop those body shots.
Yes, she can. You're absolutely right.
Nice 1-2. Zayas, though, answers with the same combination and gets the better of it.
Nice bump right there. Getting physical on the inside. Another bump. Ooh, nice shot right there from Sosa.
I'm telling you, Sosa, if he did this earlier on, at some point he's got to sell out and give himself an opportunity. Maybe not to win, but to compete in this fight. Round 8 is in the books. 6 minutes left in the fight. Xander Zayas looking for his 20th win as a pro, just 22 years old. Made his pro debut at 17, the youngest fighter ever signed by Top Rank at age 16. Damian Sosa at 27 years old, Tim, was supposed to come in and ask some questions.
Yeah, he's not asking questions, not at all. He's taking a whooping. Xander looks very polished, very comfortable with the pressure.
Ooh, nice counter right from Sosa, who's 3-0 in his 4 fights in the U.S., but that streak is at stake tonight and in danger against Zayas.
A nice head movement on the inside from Xander. Good head movement, great defense after his offense.
That stab jab to the body working well for Xander.
I'm pretty sure Xander is pleased with his work tonight. Sosa, again, got a beard on him. Never been stopped.
Yeah, but Tim, it's 140 punches advantage in terms of total landed for Xander to the body. That'll wear you down.
Yeah, and it has. Big shot right there. Nice. But you know, look, Xander's not going to be that one-punch knockout guy.
We've known that.
However, he's only 22 years old. So the man bones we be talking about all the time, he still hasn't fully developed, even though his body looks like he has.
So you tell me he's going to be scarier as he gets older.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you. He can very well be scarier as he gets older.
Can it be at 54? Will he have to move to 60 because he was...
I think he will eventually move up. He's still growing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Nice body shots there from Xander Zayas. Nice combination. I mean, it's just anything Sosa tries to do, he's telegraphing, and Zayas has the cheat code.
And he's slow.
Yeah.
Sosa's slow. Very predictable. Fundamentals are terrible. He's plodding forward. Not even coming in behind the jab, and then when he gets in mid-range, he chooses to shoot a jab, and then Xander just counters it.
The smile of Xander Zayas.
The only one that can beat Xander in this fight is himself. If he just gets complacent with his defense and gets caught with a shot or set up with a shot by Sosa.
At this point, all you see from Sosa, though, are arm punches, so I don't see the same power.
Ooh, nice right hand. That right hand.
10th and final round of this step-up fight for Xander Zayas. It's all smiles for the Puerto Rican fighter here in New York City as he takes on Damian Sosa from Tijuana, Mexico. Not a cab driver, Tim, but not the fighter we expected from Sosa tonight.
Well, it's the fighter that's in front of him. That's the difference.
Yeah.
The major difference. I mean, he came out with his mind made up that, hey, I'm going to have to box this young fella. And it's all due to what the young fella brings and what he can handle. Sosa now is throwing shots, but he's also getting hit in the process from Xander, who is standing directly in front of him.
In the corner, he was telling Javier Centeno, I can't get him out of here.
That's fine. That's fine. You know, you hit your opposition with his best shot. You broke him down to the body. You did everything you possibly can. It's okay. You don't get him out of there. Some guys just not meant to be knocked out. Sosa's one of those guys as of right now.
Yeah, in all of his fights, and we're talking about 27 as a pro, he's lost 2 of them, but he's never been stopped or dropped. So there's a reason that he's putting up this resistance. It's not a reflection on Zayas, it's a reflection on how tough Damian Sosa is.
And again, it's how Xander's doing it tonight. I thought this was going to be a very tough battle for him. I thought Sosa was going to be in his chest and bagging him up and making him ask questions and taking a deep breath, you know. High tempo, high work rate. He came into this match throwing 80, 85 punches around.
And you know how many he's landed so far this fight?
How much has he thrown?
He's only thrown 450, but he's only landed 64. That's
that
the
defensive awareness. That defensive awareness of Xander is something else. And again, when you have great defense, it's going to open up opportunities for you with the offense. But look, he's landing shots like that. Then he goes ahead and walks away. Nice step around right there to get in position from Xander. A lot of good stuff. A lot of great stuff tonight from him. Very impressed. Another step around right there. Just changing his position. I would love him to step around and then fire his combinations afterwards, because he changes his position, and as his opposition is turning with him and resetting his position, he has an opportunity to land something vicious.
He did tell us that he was not going to allow Sosa to set his feet. Sosa's setting his feet here in the 10th round because Xander's right in front of him.
Yeah, Xander's choosing to stand there.
Absolutely.
Xander can keep the fight on the outside, but he doesn't feel threatened right now. And he wants to put on an entertaining finish.
The fans are happy here at the theater at MSG. Xander Zayas taking it to the final bell as Damian Sosa continues that streak of never being stopped in 28 professional fights. But this one may be loss number 3, all against undefeated fighters.
I'm impressed tonight by Xander. I really am.
Xander Zayas dismantled Damian Sosa.
Yeah, it must have been Halloween early, because this was taking candy from a baby from Xander Zayas, who got off to a fast start, landing some tremendous body shots, but everything was set up off the jab. You start landing the jab. As soon as you start landing that, the combinations can follow. You know, I was extremely impressed with Xander's defense tonight. Very defensively responsible, slipping shots like that and coming with the left hook. Nice right hands and then weaving under, stepping around. I saw a lot of variation in his attack, going to the head and also to the body, landing various shots like that. Uppercuts, right hands down to the chest and to the body, left hooks to the body. I mean, he did it all tonight, but get the finish. And he took a shot as well. Sosa got some knockouts as well. And he was able to land his right hand also occasionally when he wanted to. Great performance by Xander Zayas. A big improvement from the last time he was inside the ring.
Look at the number of body shots that were landed, 74-2. And just to put things into perspective, the 148-42 landed. We knew that Sosa threw 84 punches around coming in, but guess what? It was 256-74 total connects. That's a 3.45-to-1 ratio, consistent with what Xander Zayas usually does. This was an impressive performance from Zayas. Let's see just how impressive the judges thought it was.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds here inside the theater at Madison Square Garden, we go to the judges' scorecards for the official decision. Tom Carasoni, Eric Marlinski, and Kevin Morgan all scored the bout 100-90. For your winner by unanimous decision, and still the NABF and NABO junior middleweight champion, Xander Zayas.
The opposition matters. Mark Kriegel is now with Xander Zayas in the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome inside the theater at Madison Square Garden. This is boxing. This is Top Rank, presented by Hall of Fame boxing promoter Mr. Bob Arum. This bout scheduled for 10 rounds for the NABF and NABO junior middleweight titles. Our judges at ringside, Mark Constantino, Benoit Roussel, and Steve Weisfeld. And the man in charge at the sound of the bell, Mr. Charlie Fitch. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, presented in association with Legacy Sports Management, with head trainer Roy Jones Jr. He weighed in at 153.2 pounds, wearing blue trunks with orange and white trim. His record, perfect. 20 fights, 20 victories. 11 of those victories coming by way of knockout. From Heilbronn, Germany, Slava Spmer! Introducing out of the red corner, with head trainer Jael Centeno. He weighed in at 153.2 pounds, wearing pink and white trunks. His record, perfect. 20 fights, 20 victories. 12 of those victories coming by way of knockout. He is ranked #1 by the WBO at 154 pounds. He is the reigning, defending NABF, NABO Junior Middleweight Champion from San Juan, Puerto Rico, Xander Zayas!
Good evening, Slava. Good evening, Xander. Gentlemen, you both know the rules. Obey my commands and protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves now. Come on, fighting at the bell.
Slava Spmer, who lives in Germany, is trained by Roy Jones Jr. It is their first fight together. They've been together in recent weeks. Roy says, I don't waste my time with just anybody. I put him through tough sparring. He can handle anything. We had a great visit with one of the all-time greats, guy obviously we've known for many, many years. And it's just so interesting to think that Slava landed in his lap in a situation like this.
Yeah, certain situations sometimes happen. Slava, it's always been his dream. He told us that he was a huge fan of Roy Jones, and he says now he's my trainer. However, what Roy said he liked about him was his toughness, his grit. That's what he liked about him, his determination. Tess, you can't teach that.
Nope.
You can't teach that. You gotta, it's in you. Right now, Spmer getting off to a quick start. You see how composed Xander Zayas is. He's comfortable inside the trenches. He's okay with fire with fire. He's okay with standing his ground at mid-range and inside. And there's blood already from the nose of Spmer.
He just came over the top with that left hand. There was also a long-range right hand. So some early blood, and you can see the blood coming right from the nose of Slava.
Yeah, nice head movement right there, changing slots, changing levels as well from Xander Zayas. Nice feint right there as well. Just breaking up his rhythm, not staying the same. Nice hook on the inside by him as well. Spmer right now, he's just having problems with just the activity of Xander. Nice uppercut on the inside. Yeah, that's a part of the game plan. That's when you know early on when you're able to, you see a fighter start to land punches. It's part of the game plan. It's punches that he's been working on. That uppercut, as Spmer tends to lean over that front knee, is what Xander is looking for.
The left hook went across the belt line, and he gets the warning from Charlie Fitch, the referee. Good start by Xander Zayas.
All control and good, and with that good jab and counter punching. Oh. Nice bump right there from Xander. Something he added to his arsenal.
There's a right hand from Xander. And tried to dig underneath with that left uppercut. This is a fine looking first round.
Xander getting off to a quick start.
He is.
But that's what I like about Xander. That's what makes him different. You know, in his division is his high work rate, high energy type of fighter, and he's defensively sound at the same time now. Look at it from a lower position right there. Nice body shot on the inside, head down, and just looped it right over the top. A signature shot right there from Xander Zayas. If you don't know why, you want to wonder why that shot is so perfectly thrown by him, is he's left-handed. He's fighting orthodox, but he's left-handed, naturally left-handed.
And when you get that, when somebody's naturally left-handed, but they fight in that orthodox stand, man, that left hook, that jab, it becomes a real weapon. He landed 7 power punches in that first round. That left hand over the top, the best of them. But Javier Centeno, his trainer, who he's been with throughout his career, said, do not abandon the jab. By the way, he outlanded him 20-6 in that first round. So that means that Xander Zayas, who's never been outlanded by an opponent in terms of total punches, now through 92 professional rounds, an opponent has never outlanded Xander Zayas.
Wow. Yeah, that high work rate is going to win him a lot of fights. You know, when you have a high work rate like that, it puts fighters on the defensive.
There's the 4-division world champion, the fighter of the decade in the 90s, Roy Jones Jr., the trainer of Slava Spmer.
Speed and accuracy of Xander Zayas. Oh, nice
That's a
hook
good
on the
combination from Spmer.
It's your turn. Now we talking. Hands high, stay ready.
Spmer's a little bit unconventional, you know, in his approach, and he throws shots from odd angles like that.
Stay sharp. Stay sharp. 16 sharp.
Don't pull back, move the head.
16 sharp.
There you go. There you go. Like that. Move the head. Good. Go punches together, though. Put them together.
Yep, good feints. Good feints. Keep the feints up.
Just a little access to let you hear from the legend Roy Jones Jr. as he's the trainer for the first fights together with Slava Spmer.
Yeah, it's obvious that Spmer has to close the distance. As long as he standing mid-range to outside, the quicker, the longer arms of Zayas is going to give him issues, going to give him problems. And even right there, that shows you how the looseness of Xander Zayas. As Spmer, he gets in the range he wants to get to, but he's throwing punches at the air. Xander is nowhere to be found. Defense is taking Spmer completely out of the fight. Completely.
See both the footwork and the upper body movement from Zayas there. Spmer came forward. Coming to the end of 2, our co-feature prior to the world title fight. That distinct ceiling at the theater at Madison Square Garden, round number 3 of our co-feature. 2 undefeated fighters meeting up. All the promise and hype surrounding Xander Zayas. And in that last round, you were commenting onto his defensive prowess, Timmy.
Yeah, you want to take your opponent out of the fight? Defense. Defense wins championships, no doubt about it. But you see the defensive prowess of Xander Zayas not allowing Spmer to land anything effective on him.
He's holding him to 9%. I mean, when you look up at CompuBox and you see the total percent of punches landed and it's single digits, it's at 9% right now. That's all Spmer has generated.
Yeah, most people they think about punching power, but I think about the complete package. And that's the reason why I hold Shakur Stevenson high, because defense, when you can't hit your opposition. I mean, haven't we learned Floyd Mayweather, one of the best defensive fighters of all time? He takes you completely out of the fight. And that's what you're seeing right now from Xander Zayas. But the thing that I like about Xander is that he's there actually to land his offense as well. He ain't running. He's not going anywhere. He's rolling and slipping underneath shots, landing counters.
And he's landing 34% of his
Look
punches.
at that. Nice uppercut on the inside. He's not running away from it.
Good combination. He finished up with the right hand at the end of it.
Again, excellent in transition. He might not have that one-punch knockout power test. However, at least you get in the show. You get the show with Xander Zayas. And again, he's only 22 years old. Oh, he got hit with a big shot right there. Looping right hand.
Right hand comes in from Slava Spmer.
Yeah, Spmer said that he gets hit with right hands. He said that's the money punch for him. And he landed one just 10 seconds ago. Good body work by Spmer as well. Look, it's so obvious to see who's the more skillful fighter. That's Xander Zayas. You can see the toughness of Spmer. That's what usually has won him his fights. Letting his hands go and just having brute toughness to come forward and take whatever his opposition is giving him. But tonight, he has a slippery problem inside that ring with the defensive prowess of Xander Zayas. Good shots right there, Spmer. Ooh.
Joe Tessitore and Tim Bradley with you ringside. Bernardo Osuna, our reporter, and Mark Kriegel scoring the fight. Xander Zayas against Slava Spmer, and you see the power punches and the body shot work of Zayas with a 20-2 advantage. He says this is the breakthrough fight for me, to defeat an undefeated fighter. He said, I'm so close to the finish line, the main goal of getting a world title shot. And he said he hit him low there, so Slava's going to get a full 5 minutes if he wants it.
Walk it off over here. Walk it off over here. Come on. Well, it wasn't intentional, but you got to keep him up. That hit him clearly low.
Yeah, that's all about it right there, isn't it?
No more. Keep him up.
Ouch.
Okay.
Yeah, in situations like this, I'm taking my time. You know, but most fighters with the toughness of Spmer, he's going to come right back. I'm going to take my time and let myself recuperate a little bit more. Good
right hand from Xander.
Yeah, Spmer landed his own right hand as well. He landed one earlier during this round.
Got a piece of it with that left uppercut.
Yeah, obviously you see that Xander doesn't respect the power of Spmer. That's the reason why he's standing there and he's looking to take more risk inside that pocket. Spmer must not hit that hard.
See the full day of college basketball action tomorrow on ESPN, doing the top two teams in the country, Auburn and Alabama. The Iron Bowl on hardwood starting at 4 p.m. Eastern tomorrow.
Definitely, it's the technical prowess and the skills of Xander, which is the difference. And Xander just seems like he's just much bigger, a lot bigger than Spmer.
Well, he always has that muscularity and that width across the shoulders and through the back. It'll be interesting to see where he ends up in his career as he advances himself and gets his full man strength to him. It's 154 pounds.
Break! No punches. Clean break. Clean break.
Probably 168.
Probing with that jab to the midsection.
Yeah, he's looking for a shot over the top. Oh, you see the roll under?
Yep.
Take scared out defense and
doubled up the left hand there as well. Wow. Now he's finding a rhythm offensively.
And he's punching in between shots, Tess, which is hard to do.
There's a willingness. Targeting the body, level changes, and he's having a really good finish to this fourth round down the stretch.
Really punishing Spmer right now.
He really is.
I don't know how much more Spmer's gonna be able to take these shots like this if he continues. Referee, I'm sure, is gonna look to stop this match.
Remember how much this means to Xander Zayas. He says at this stage of his career, closing in on big goals.
Oh! He got
that. You never know what's gonna happen. Just when Xander was having his best work, Zayas absolutely dominated the 4th round, and then in the last 10 seconds, Spmer came up with something, Timmy.
It's taking advantage of the aggression of your opposition. In the right hand, he told us that's the shot that he's vulnerable for. And you see him loop it. You see that Xander was trying to get more aggressive. He's going for the knockout. He thought he had him rolling. However, Spmer, the veteran that he is, set him up for that shot right there.
But you could understand why Zayas had the confidence, just, you know, let the hands go, nothing's coming back. I mean, he threw 99 punches in the 4th round. He landed 41, 29 of them were power shots. He threw 65 power punches. Meanwhile, Spmer was extremely limited in that 4th round. He only had 4 total connects.
Yeah, that's fine. He was limited, Tess. Yeah, he was taking. He lined up Zayas right where he wanted him. You know, that's the thing, the toughness of Spmer and that right hand. That's always been a part of his plan. He told us in the fighter meeting, I want to land that right hand. So he set on it, and he let him get vulnerable, and he let him overcommit, and he made him pay for that big shot.
Masao Dieguez, a constant force that you've seen through the years with Bud Crawford and that team from Omaha, Nebraska with Red Spikes and Bomac, Brian McIntyre. And now Keyshawn Davis is the guy they've been with for years, who they say is the next great one, and he will get his chance in moments to become a world champion. But he's got a tough task in front of him against the veteran, very big ring IQ of Dennis Barinchik, who defeated Emmanuel Navarrete a year ago to win the vacant WBO 135-pound world title, and now his first title defense comes against fellow unbeaten, fellow Olympic silver medalist Keyshawn Davis.
Another right hand over the top. You know, why is that right hand landing for Spmer? Well, look at the lead hand. The lead hand is down, first of all. And then anytime that Zayas really look for a shot, he's heavy on his front foot because he likes to load up with that left hook. That's his favorite punch. So he's there to be hit. And another low blow right
That's
there.
another low blow. Is this going to be a point deduction? Nope, just a warning. So it's the second full low blow where Spmer's been granted the time.
Yeah, but that's not his fault. That's not his fault. The head, he's pushing his head down, so it changed the angle of the punch. That is not Xander Zayas' fault. And I know the ref can't look at the video right now, the instant replay right now. However, oh, he's watching it on the big screen.
Roy Jones Jr. is the trainer for Spmer, and he said,
Can you show it again on there?
you listen to Charlie Fitch, the referee here.
Borderline? Okay. Okay. Borderline. I'm not taking away a point. It's borderline. Hey, look at it. Borderline. I'm not taking away a point. And you can't push his gloves down either, because if you cause him to hit your low, that's on you.
Great.
Time in. Box.
Really interesting. And by the way, great job by Charlie Fitch in real time to look up to the big screen here at Madison Square Garden where we're showing our program feed and say, hey, can you show it again? And then to turn to the commission, who gave him the answer he wanted to as well.
You always got to appreciate when you have someone that wants to do it right.
And then Roy Jones in the corner telling Slava, hey, take your time this time. Joe Tessitore and Tim Bradley on the call ringside with you here. Round number 6, Zayas and Spmer. Let's bring in Mark Kriegel to see how he has it scored.
50-45, 5 rounds to nothing. Xander Zayas. Spmer is a good game fighter, just not as good or as big as Xander, who can do so much with that left hand.
Yeah, just to follow up the conversation about the low blows, by the way, Roy Jones Jr. did say to his charge. If he goes low again, you go right back out.
Eye for an eye. Eye for an eye. You don't know how much a low blow takes out of you. You know, your legs. So he's saying, hey, retaliate. Remember when Lomachenko, years ago, when he faced a veteran, second professional fight?
Salido, yeah.
Yes. All the low blows that Salido landed.
Yes.
There wasn't one time where he actually did it back to him.
Well, listen, there are things you learn when you're a pro. You change. This guy had 400 amateur fights. One of the most skilled fighters, you know, of the generation. But there's a reason why you gain experience as a pro, right?
Come on, box!
Again, pulling the head down.
Yes.
He doesn't realize he's causing it.
And Charlie Fitch, the referee, told him that a round ago.
And I like how dominant that Charlie Fitch is being with his calls, because he's saying, stop playing. Stop playing with me. No, it didn't happen. And you see the fight is continuing. Now, if Charlie would have stepped in and said, oh, let me give you a break, then he would have milked it. Nope.
Those are good. Those are good.
Spmer wasn't as hurt as he was showing.
Combination from Xander.
The only way that I see, as of right now, Xander even coming close to losing this fight is if he just gets caught slipping. And it's going to be with a right hand.
There was that moment late in the 4th round where he got caught with the right hand.
Yeah. And you know, and Xander, you know, he hears the noise. There's no doubt about it. That's the reason why he was trying to finish the match earlier. A few rounds ago when he got caught with that shot. He hears what everybody's saying. Oh, you don't have punching power. You can't finish guys. It's this and that. You got to go in there and you got to fight your game plan.
The body punch totals are just outrageous. Xander Zayas has been targeting the body. Spmer's done nothing there. Right now it's a 170-30 advantage in total connects. Zayas in complete control.
A technician. I say to myself, which punch is it going to be tonight? Is it going to be the right hook? Is it going to be the straight left hand? Is it going to be the uppercut? Is it going to be a body shot? This young man always delivers, and he delivers in different fashions each time out.
Cleveland, Ohio. He's got nothing but time ahead of him, but yet you see his athleticism, you see his skill. You're like, I think you could put him in with like legit contenders right now, but obviously it doesn't need to be rushed.
Tess, if he's doing this to these type of fighters, you got to step up his competition. You have to. You know, you get him comfortable in this type of environment, and then he gets in there with a lion, and you see some things that are different, it's going to affect him later. So you got to step up the competition with Abdullah Mason. You have to, or he's going to be stuck in this, again, this type of fights.
Meanwhile, a guy who knows what it's like to be a well-hyped, promising teenage fighter is now the 22-year-old Xander Zayas at 20-0. Bernardo, what are they saying in his corner?
Yeah, Javier Centeno says, I'm happy with Xander boxing his way to victory, but if we hurt him, we are going to go for the finish. Roy Jones Jr. on the other side says, look, I told my guy Slava, 60% is sharp. Don't load up on those punches because he's going to counter you.
What he should tell him is to go down to the body of Xander. You know, he's head hunting a little bit too much, and he's looking for that shot. Xander's totally, completely aware of it now. But if you make Xander pay attention to the body, it could open up that shot that he's looking for over the top.
Well, look at how relaxed they are in the locker room of Keyshawn Davis, as you see the 25-year-old, the undefeated young fighter, and Bomac, one of the great trainers of this generation. Of course, the trainer for Bud Crawford, who is here in New York to support the young man he mentors, and that is the challenge. Denis Berinchik, who's 19-0, the WBO lightweight champion, the Ukrainian fighter, making his first title defense. We saw him in San Diego win the world championship. Now he comes cross country here to defend it in New York.
Look, Xander has a lot of skills. You know, he's young, started the game extremely young, has a ton of experience. But when I watch him, every time I watch him, you know, he doesn't get me off my feet. You know, like he's skillful, but I've seen more skillful fighters than him. Nothing's really glaring at me with his style.
Javier Centeno, the trainer for Xander Zayas, told him, let's push tempo a little bit, but at range, but let's push the tempo a little bit here as we've arrived at round 8.
You know, in my last statement, I mean, I say that with all due respect. I like Xander, I like his skills, you know, and I can say that I wasn't a sensational type of fighter. Like, it wasn't one thing that I did extremely well, and I didn't have a whole lot of punching power. And at 160 pounds, you gotta have some thump. You do. Or 154 pounds, you gotta have some thump. Those guys can hit. Now, I believe Xander can compete. There's no doubt about it. He can compete against anybody in the weight class. There's no doubt about it. And I believe he's going to be a world champion. However, again, even with this performance, it's nothing that's really glaring at me and saying, wow, wow, wow.
When you self-assess, you feel like you had nothing that made people say, wow?
I mean, it was my determination. That was what it was.
That was A+++.
Yes, but I had speed like this.
Yes.
Put combinations together. You know, I wasn't a born fighter. I came forward just like Xander.
I sit next to you and I stare at a Hall of Fame ring and a diamond Rolex after 3 fights with Manny Pacquiao. And you're telling me that, okay.
Look, I'm not saying, but again, like, sensational is like what we saw with Abdullah Mason.
I understand.
Well, you're saying, wow.
Who would do anything to have your career resume, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. However, this is a very studious effort by Xander Zayas, showing his complete arsenal right now of his skill set. And it's obvious that he likes guys that are directly in front of him. This is where he soars the most, because he's able to put his defense and offense together. It's hard to fight a guy when you have to open him up, when you have to force him to fight you. My man Xander, look, he can do it off the jab. He can create as he goes, but this is where he soars, when guys that will let their hands go.
Right. And the target becomes available, and boy, has it been available.
And that hurt him. That's the shot right there. If Xander wants to end this fight, it's going to be from a body shot, a liver shot.
He's landed 72 of them in this fight so far. Of course, there have also been 2 low blows. He is really on the attack here effectively.
The end is near. You see Spmer protecting that body.
10 seconds to the bell.
There's a right hand behind the jab from Xander as well. Through 8 rounds, Xander Zayas has a 154 to 33 connect advantage. This was a fighter in Slava Spmer who everybody we talked to, especially those who have followed the scene of the fringe contenders in Europe, said, I'm telling you, he's tough, he's durable, and this is going to be a much tougher night than Xander Zayas realizes it. It hasn't been.
I thought his last fight was going to be tough, and I thought this one's going to be tough, but obviously it isn't. Xander comes prepared. And again, with that offense, it's going to be tough to beat him. It really is. You're going to have to knock out Xander Zayas in order to beat him. Because again, look, he's technically sound. He punches in between. He punches while you're punching. He punches before you. He beats you to the punch. He outboxes you from the outside, and he's defensively clever as well. But again, he's just missing that one punch that can hurt you, that can take you out.
Champ is getting ready. You see him over on the left. Denis Baranchyk, the undefeated world champion, who was able to neutralize the very effective Emmanuel Navarrete to win the vacant belt. Coming up next against Keyshawn Davis.
Nice angle change right there from Keyshawn. From Xander Zayas. Going down to the body. That's the key. Go downstairs. And he just might get the stoppage, Tess.
Oh, he went downstairs there. Body shot clearly affected Slava. And now a lot of time to work with for Xander Zayas. Swept across that body with the left hand, and now Zayas is looking to close the show. Another body shot comes in. That is it. TKO victory, Xander Zayas.
That's what we waiting on right there.
The body shot started it. Another one was delivered. And then the attack finished it. That was a very impressive night from Xander Zayas, Timmy.
He found it. He found what he was looking for. I told you the body is where it is. He hit him with the hardest headshot. But that body, you start to pound on it, and he pounded on it all night long, and they're starting to soften up a bit. Couple of shots early on, I saw the face of Spmer a few rounds ago. He did not like those body shots, but here, slipping outside right hand to get himself in position to be able to deliver this shot right here. See, Spmer, he thought it was coming to the head, but it was actually going down to the body, and that's the reason why he raised that right arm. But here he is, getting himself, putting all that weight onto that lead leg to land that shot right there. But Spmer, he did his best. He had to react right on the money, but he did his best to try to hide it. But the young Xander Zayas, he saw it. He saw his reaction, but this is the end of the fight right here. He's just pouring it on. Looking to open up a shot to be able to land something right there to deliver once again to end this fight. The reason why the fight was stopped, although you saw Spmer on his feet, was he didn't answer. He didn't answer anything. He didn't throw any punches back, Tess.
Let's make it official. Here's Mark Chinook.
Ladies and gentlemen, here inside the theater at Madison Square Garden, this bout comes to a conclusion at 2 minutes, 1 second of round number 9. For your winner by technical knockout, and still the NABF and NABO Junior Middleweight Champion, Xander Zayas.
He landed 86 body punches in that fight, but the last few, they closed the show.
Introducing to you first on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, presented in association with Zenfer Boxing and Golden Boy Promotions. Entering the ring wearing green trunks and hailing from and representing his home of Los Mochis, Sinaloa, Mexico. He weighed in at a ready 153 pounds. With a record of 33 wins and 4 losses, he has 26 big wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the battle-tested, battle-ready, hard-hitting WBO #2 ranked junior middleweight in the world, introducing Jorge Chino Garcia. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. Wearing white trunks with silver trim, hailing from and representing his home of San Juan, Puerto Rico. He weighed in right at the limit of 154 pounds. A former star of amateur boxing, he is undefeated in his campaign to the professional ranks with a record of 21 wins, no losses, with 13 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, in his first attempt at a world title, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the young, undefeated Puerto Rican boxing sensation, the WBO #1 ranked junior middleweight in the world, introducing Xander Zayas. Once again, our referee in charge, Eric Donnelly.
Okay, gentlemen, you already know the rules. Let me remind you to keep it clean, protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times. Go ahead. Golpe regardless here. Xander, golpe regardless of it. Good luck. Touch gloves.
Joe Tessitore, Tim Bradley on the call. Bernardo Osuna, our ringside reporter. Mark Kriegel will be scoring. And Timmy, just listen to the crowd here in New York, because that Puerto Rico versus Mexico rivalry, it hits.
Absolutely. Xander Zayas got to be who he is and has always been throughout his career tonight.
We are underway for the vacant WBO Junior Middleweight World Championship.
That's what's going to get the job done tonight for Xander Zayas. He usually is a fast starter, got quick hands. He let those combinations fly.
He's been on a stretch of statistical superlatives since the beginning of December 22, outlanding his opponents in 50 consecutive rounds.
So what you're seeing from Garcia right now, you're seeing a savvy veteran. Been in the game of extreme long time. The left hook right there changed levels. He's looking for big shots at the moment.
Well, he was right there with the right hand as he fell in. There's a good jab from Xander Zayas. And then level changes it right to the belt line.
But you can see he's cunning. Like, you see how he gets himself in that position. He'll sit there and just wait on his opportunities. He won't get spooked by the offense coming from Xander. Xander's not a huge puncher, but he'll sneak in round shots like that around your guard as you're swinging. And he can catch Xander.
Combination, that left hand straight a little low. Eric Dolly is our referee. There wasn't a warning there to Xander Zayas. For Eric, it's his 6th world title fight that he has officiated.
Another low right there from Xander.
Oh!
Big shot over the top.
Over the top with the right hand.
Again, just ducking his head down and swinging over the top. Xander, he likes to operate at mid-range because he's a counter-puncher. He likes to counter. So there's opportunities for Garcia to land shots like that, especially if he doesn't pay attention to defense after his offense. Garcia right now, he looks vulnerable, right? Looks out of position. But then he comes and explodes with offense like that. Xander's going to have to he's going to have to anticipate that offense coming back at odd moments.
26 knockouts and 33 wins for Garcia.
Very crafty in there, Tess. Ooh, good body shot.
Right hand to the body, and you could hear it. A good competitive first round.
And Xander's eyes is wide open, Tess. Wide open. He's seeing these shots coming. Good feint right there from Xander.
Good opening round for the title.
Oh, this is good.
Highly competitive first round we just watched between Xander Zayas and Jorge Garcia. I want to go back to the right hand, Timmy, that Garcia landed.
Yeah, this is the awkwardness I'm talking about. Look, he's shelling up. He drops levels right there and right over the top as Xander is getting ready to deploy a left hook. Perfectly timed. Look, Xander came in this fight. He was warmed up. I saw some sweat on his back before the fight even got started. That's a good thing because a shot like that, if he would have came out cold, he probably would have got knocked out.
Xander throwing that left hook as he was backing up and able to land it moments ago. You know, Mark Kriegel made the point that Garcia needs to fight like he's from Los Mochis in this kind of fight. Remember, that's the hometown of the former 3-division world champion Fernando Montiel. Jorge Arce was from there. 2-division world champion Humberto Soto was from there. And it just seems like, based on the pace and energy, that we're going to have that fiery, gritty kind of night between these two. The great rivalry, of course, in the sport, Puerto Rico and Mexico.
Yeah, for Garcia, it's about disrupting the technical abilities of Xander Zayas, okay? Being off rhythm, off tempo, off beat, attacking him when he least expected. Moments like that, Xander did a good job of recognizing that attack, and he stepped in and smothered and tied up Garcia. But out at that range right there, Xander's going to prosper. He's going to do his thing out at that range. He's a lot better from the outside than Garcia is.
And there he is showing it, firing off that jab and then the right hand to the body.
Yes.
And that jab again, and
Yes.
doubles it up. That's the range where Zayas can have a lot of success tonight.
And now he just got to anticipate now the rush, the sneak attack, as you see here.
Yep.
And a good tie-up right there from Xander Zayas. Ooh, nice change-up. Good surprise right there from Garcia. A jab and then just sweeping around with the left hook.
Can see just a little bit of redness.
What a shot.
On the left side of the face of Garcia, right where that right hand was landed by Zayas. Oh, and he does it again with the left hand, does Garcia. It's another good action-packed round here.
Oh, we gonna be in the fight, man. I'm serious. If this get to the later rounds, Tess, is gonna be very interesting. Battle of attrition, I'm talking about. Good right hand.
That
change up
by Xander Zayas, and you hear the roar from the Puerto Rican New York fans.
And the defensive prowess right there from Xander Zayas. Beautiful work this round. Love this end.
Oh, we got a good one here tonight. End of 2.
Good round right there from Xander Zayas. Excellent round.
Great crowd packing Madison Square Garden Theater as Xander Zayas and Jorge Garcia, 6 minutes in, and it's already roaring here. Let's go back to round number 2. His right hand comes in from Garcia with the work from Zayas.
Yeah, Fish always take the bait, but he forgets about the hook and the right hand right there. Xander Zayas coming around that guard. As you see Garcia loading up with shots, leaving himself wide open.
Man, intensity right from the start of round number 3 as well.
Because Garcia don't like the way the momentum is carrying in Xander's favor right now. He don't like that. So he's trying to get some good back. Beautiful right hand right there from Garcia.
Bernardo, what were they saying in Zayas' corner?
Javier Centello wants Xander to stay on the jab because that's the range he can be best at. And he says not all the punches have to be hard. And he wants him to frustrate him with his feet.
Yes.
Centeno, the longtime trainer of Xander Zayas. Remember the backstory between these two. Xander Zayas, who moved from San Juan to South Florida when he was a boy, at 11 years old, went into the gym of Javier. They've been together ever since. So the architect can now see the building come to fruition as a world champion, possibly tonight at 22 years old.
Garcia may very well lose these early rounds. However, late, that's when he comes on. When he starts to feel you start to tire, get a little bit fatigued, that's when he comes on strong. And things can get real interesting on the back end of this fight, Tess. Promise you. Target practice right now from Xander Zayas. He's picking and choosing when to let his combinations go. Particularly the left hook. Left hook happy. Garcia has a left hook as well. Good technical ability stuff right there. Just having control right there of Garcia with the lead hand, using the jab, and also using it as a physical control to control Garcia, not allowing him to get close. Oh, yeah. Garcia don't have good feet. Xander understands it now.
Yeah, and you're seeing the speed and the footwork of Zayas as well, getting in and out, getting out of harm's way. As you can see, Garcia trying to chase him down, did land a left hand to the body in that mix, but Zayas right back to the center of the ring. Awkward approach by Garcia. It has been a Xander Zayas round to this point.
Xander Zayas, but at this point, he on fire, Tess. He firing on all cylinders right now. Good exit. And this is the defensive prowess right here from Xander Zayas. That's what I mean. Firing on all cylinders. Staying close. Staying to that lead shoulder right there, or the back shoulder. Exiting right. Getting underneath all those punches. Nothing landed in that sequence right there at all. Good work by Xander Zayas. And as he continues to do that, guess what? He's gonna wear down Garcia, wear him down even more. Takes a lot of energy out of a fighter when he misses a punch.
Remember, this is Xander Zayas' first 12-round fight. Of course, his first chance at a major world title. And in the corner of Xander Zayas moments ago, Javier Centeno reminded him, we don't have to accomplish everything right now. So they're trying to get it in his head to manage and be judicious and think about this being a very veteran, tough opponent who's going to be there every step of the way. Bernardo.
I just spoke with Pedro Montiel, and he told me what I want out of Jorge Garcia is to get on the inside. And once Xander starts clinching, I need him to throw shots over his hands because that'll get him to stop clinching.
First, he got to get to the inside. Xander's not allowing that. You see Xander right now, he's just dictating the range right now where the fight was to be fought, and it's outside right now. And anytime he steps in and lunges forward, Garcia, he gets clipped with a left hook. And the position change, and then Xander's right back where he wants to be. It's easy work right now for Xander.
You see at that range, working behind that jab, you saw the lead long right hand moments ago. But why get into that kitchen if you don't need to and you're winning the fight, staying at range?
Good shot. Good angles right there from Xander.
Yeah, great angle to the left, and then centered himself to go down the alley with the right hand.
But I like the pace at which Xander is fighting because, you know, he can sit back and just wait and counterpunch, but he's creating as well, and he's taking advantage of small little moments where he sees Garcia not set to punch. Smart from Xander Zayas. See, like right now, he's sitting up, he's trying to lure him in, and Xander right there just using that lead hand, closest thing to him. And a nice tie-up again, stopping the momentum of Garcia. Right now, Garcia, what he needs to do is he needs to just focus on that body. I understand what his trainer is saying, but he needs to come behind a strong jab, close that distance, and start banging to the body. Good hook, lead hook.
That's Lacy falling in, though, afterwards with the right hand. Final moments here of round number 4. Those right hand by Xander Zayas, and then he backs him up to the ropes. As the fans here rise up at MSG.
Locked. Right there from Garcia. Might have looked like he was doing work. All that stuff blocked.
But in
Garcia.
In that case, it's one of those scenarios where you're punching through the opponent's glove in a way when you see the head snap by Garcia.
And that means the effectiveness of that punch. Yes, the judges are looking at that too. Remember in that Bivol better be a fight.
So through 4 rounds complete, that gives us the opportunity to check in with Mark Kriegel, who's scoring it.
4 rounds to nothing, 40-36. Xander Zayas' most important punch in boxing with the jab. And Xander's been beautiful tonight. He told me Garcia would bring out his best self. To this point, he has.
He's thrown nearly 100 jabs. He's landed 28 of them.
Stop! Let him out, let him out, let him out.
Yeah, Garcia can't get into stride at all. He can't find his rhythm or timing of Xander. And he can't find his timing of his own either. Oh, he hurt. He got buzzed at that shot momentarily. You know, his face never changes, so you can never tell.
Right.
But right there, he just a little movement with his backhand. I didn't really like that movement. It's like something hurt from Garcia. So when you can't land on your opposition test, it's hard to get in some sort of rhythm, you know, and consistency with your work. And you see Xander is in full flare. He's in rhythm. He's in stride. He knows exactly every movement that he's making is perfect at the moment. So focused and dialed in tonight. Starting to see the puffiness now building around the eyes of Garcia.
Easy, let him out. Good job.
Two-punch combinations. That right hand went straight down the middle.
Keep working, keep working.
He hurt him with that right hand to the body too.
Stop.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
Momentarily paralyzed him for a second. Right in the solar plexus of the right hand. Oh, big right hand.
Lead right hand from Garcia. He needs to string more of that together. Zayas returns fire immediately. Now center of the ring.
The body is the key for Zayas. I'm telling you right now, Zayas needs to focus on that body. He focus on that body, I think he can make Garcia quit. Those punches ain't snapping like they were early on. That energy level has dropped.
No, he's fat and he's fallen in with them. He is clearly impacted by the work that Zayas has been doing. Sixth round for the vacant WBO Junior Middleweight World Championship through 5. Xander Zayas with an 85-47 connect advantage. Timmy, you've keyed in on the body attack of Zayas, saying that is the key. He has landed 33 body punches.
Step out.
A little slip on the signage right there from Xander. Oh, another right hand. Xander moving out in straight lines, getting clipped with that right hand. You got to understand. Oh, big right hand right there from Xander. They traded right hands.
Bernardo's been listening into the corner of Xander Zayas. What can you tell us?
Javier Centeno says, I want him to keep touching the body. Don't hook with him. Keep your shots straight, and when he throws that hook, go underneath it.
Good defense right here from Xander, using his reflexes, using those eyes. A lot of times, it's all about just positioning, right? Your eyes and seeing them shots constantly, every single day in the gym. You know, so you're anticipating it. It's not like you're thinking when you see it. No, it's just your movements and your rhythm is second nature. Yeah. Exactly, making those shots miss.
Again from range, the right hand comes in. Then he digs with the left hand to the body.
Oh, big right hand right there.
And Garcia comes on the attack on the inside.
Stop holding.
Eric Daly encouraging them to work on the inside. Now some separation. There's a right hand that came straight in from Zayas. Boy, Garcia's awkward at this moment.
He's awkward. He's swinging. He's trying to win, Tess, by any means. I love the effort, Tess. Oh.
Stop. Let him out clean. Let him out.
And I'll tell you this, Tess, this fight is far from being over. This is just a 6th round. Garcia is a 12-round fighter. He has experience. And again, if he can get some momentum going in his favor, man, and he starts going downhill, he'll have to start having more success.
Remember, he's coming off a 12-round split decision win against the previously undefeated U.S. Olympian Charles Conwell.
Oh, they traded hooks right there.
And he's reflect on that a good bit, saying nobody thought I was going to win that fight. And obviously, in a spot like this, coming off that win, a little more evenly contested. Big right hand from Zayas. Best punch he's landed so far tonight that sends Garcia off balance. By instinct, Garcia comes back fighting off the ropes. Holding on to that right hand for a moment.
Test, these men right now are learning on the job, learning how to win a championship. You see the heart, the determination. This is what I'm talking about right here. They want to win this fight, both of them. They put it all on the line for us tonight. Back going in this fight, but man, I can't wait to this. Man, this second half is gonna be something even more, people.
44% of his power punches have landed. The biggest coming in that last round, that right hand flush to the side of the head, right to the ear that sends him into the ropes. The corner of Xander Zayas has implored him to fight his fight, to find his flow, to not fall into the form of Garcia. So far, that has been the case for Xander Zayas. Looking good so far, halfway through his first major world title opportunity, just 22 years old.
I don't know what the fans is booing for. Not sure what they booing about, but ain't nothing to boo here. It's been a fast-paced fight.
Meanwhile, Bernardo has reported in the corner of Garcia they want to see more combinations thrown, not just one punch at a time. To throw combinations against Zayas.
You got to punch with Zayas. You got to punch with him, and he got to tighten up those hooks. He's coming out a bit too wide. Keep those shots straight, and he'll be able to land against Zayas.
Don't do that with Jaron. Don't do that.
Yeah, and they got to get a towel in there and wipe that.
Check hook.
That ring. Yeah, that was a check hook.
Check hook was successful from Zayas.
There it is again.
Again, right back to it, and then doubles up the jab. What were you saying about the towel, Timmy?
Yeah, the referee got to bring a towel in and wipe the center of the ring. They're both slipping sliding right now.
He did that in the last round. May have to do it again.
Oh, yeah.
Good. Oh, two-punch combination from Zayas.
Oh, you see the reaction right there?
Absolutely.
That was something different. I know he's trying to sell that, but he was buzzed momentarily right there.
Stop.
Reminder, Sports Center is coming your way at the conclusion of our World Championship. Another two-punch combination from Xander Zayas.
I got it. Let him out, Poppy. Let him out.
Yeah, Xander looking good. He's looking sweet right now. Absolutely. He has the right opponent in front of him. Again, I said it doesn't get any better than this. His last three opponents have been guys that have come forward, and he's been able to tame them, and he's doing the same thing tonight against Garcia.
Let him out clean. Let him out clean.
Saw him in his last fight back on Valentine's Day against Spmer, who was trained by Roy Jones Jr., by the way, and was undefeated when he won by 9th round TKO. It's a 29 connect advantage. Here's that check hook, Timmy.
Oh, yeah. That was an outside slip counter right there.
Yep.
He just slipped outside that right hand. There it is again. Now that right there was a nice little slip. Outside combination, left hook, right hand. Again, just taking advantage of those, again, the defense of Garcia. You gotta have great defense in this sport, or you'll get hit with shots like that over and over and over, especially against someone that has technical ability like Xander Zayas. Xander's a technician, that's what he is.
He said all week long, we really believe in what we will be able to do in this fight and our ability to execute. Round number 8. Good angle that he gives to open up this 8th round.
Stop. Hey.
Xander's not allowing him to work at all. So Xander is moving, getting away, avoiding all those shots, and then once Garcia gets close, he just ties him up.
Just before this main event, we listened into a conversation that Xander Zayas had sitting across from Mark Riegel, and he discussed how he thought it had a distinct advantage when it came to who could move better in this fight. That has absolutely showed up.
Absolutely, athleticism. That's a big part of boxing as well, and also talent, Tess, talent.
Step back. Let go.
But again, Xander got to continue to do this over and over and over each round, because Garcia is not going to stop trying. And it can be one punch test that can just uplift his spirit, gives him a lot of energy. And you know, and he starts pouring it on even more, and he starts to believe that he can win this fight. But as of right now, Xander right now, he's tamed him. He don't believe right now he can win.
Suéltalo.
There it is. The straightest right hand he threw all night, it lands.
And just
Isn't that
followed him
something?
straight back.
Isn't that something? And it was off the jab, Tess. Fundamentals are simple, but they work.
Straight is great.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now putting punches together the way his corner wanted him to.
He finally was able to cut off that angle and meet Xander.
They got met by a right hand.
Let's go. Keep punching.
Zayas just stopped and planted that right foot for a moment and let it go.
Check hook. Oh.
Garcia on the attack now. And a left hook came in and Zayas was framed up against the ropes. So a moment of hope in round number 8 for who have been hyping him
He is
for
electric.
years, and he has delivered
Yes.
and more.
He is electric, and he's getting a shot at the world championship against a savvy veteran. And he's going to have his opportunity at a world championship a lot sooner than he expected.
And listen, nothing can come soon enough for Abdullah Mason. He is that good. All right, Mark Kriegel, how do you have this?
I have it 7 rounds to 1, 79-73. I gave Garcia the last round. Both guys fighting with great desire. The difference is Xander Zayas has technique it well. For most of this fight, he stood right in front of Garcia. Not just made him miss, but make him whiff.
I agree with that last round for Garcia being his best by far. He landed 13 power connects compared to Zayas' 11. Zayas, of course, was game and capable, but by far Garcia's best moments of the fight. Round number 9. Sebastian Fondoro had this WBO Junior Middleweight World Championship, had to vacate it with his rematch with Tim Tszyu. Things were lined up for Zayas. Garcia came up with a huge win in his last fight. Zayas was in position, so now the vacant title up for grabs and to be decided here in these final 4 rounds.
Garcia is doing his best to punch with Xander, but again, his foot placement, his footwork is terrible.
He's all over the place.
Yeah, he's all over the place.
Lead foot's in front, lead foot's all of a sudden in back. He's squared up at times, hands are low at times.
And Xander's just quicker on the trigger. And he's catching him out of positioning too. Squared up a lot. Look, he's running with shots right there. My goodness.
Trabajando. Let's go.
So now Garcia, now he's taking off the power now. Now he's trying to use hand speed. He's trying to see if that's going to work against Xander. He just wants to touch him, try to pile on points. Again, Xander being that matador, getting out of range real quickly, stepping back in range, tying up. He's doing everything right. And I think one of the most craziest things, Tess, is that it looks easy. Not only does it look easy, but I don't even see Xander really breathing hard at all.
Seemingly not.
And usually about this time, fatigue starts to set in.
Sigue trabajando. Let's go. All right, let's go. Step back.
Now Garcia on the inside, able to land there. You know, listen, good things are going to happen if you're willing to throw your hands. That was the case with that 4-punch combination.
Segundo.
End of 9. See, they were lifting the arms, trying to get some air into the chest, lungs of Jorge Garcia as we've reached round number 10. What an opportunity for these men. As Garcia, we told you, he landed 13 power punches in the 8th round, landed 12 power punches in the 9th round. Xander's numbers haven't really fallen off. You see the power punches in the last round that we just mentioned. Body punches of 53 to 26 connect advantage for Zayas.
Yeah, and the reason why I know that Xander is not fatigued is that he's still sharp. It's the 10th round. He's still moving around like it's the first round. You know, he's still able to anticipate offense coming. He still, you know, has great defense and elusiveness to go along with. His punches are still sharp. That's how you know.
Yep, look at the legs.
Now, when he starts to get fatigued, then the technique starts to go by the wayside, you know? He throws a jab, it's not as sharp. Left hooks becomes a little bit more wide. Right hand becomes a little bit more wide and slower.
When you look at those punches thrown by round, just also keep in mind that Garcia is only landing 21% against the defensive Xander Zayas. Xander Zayas is landing 44% of his power punches.
Xander's trying not to allow Garcia to get in this fight right now. That's why he's using his legs and get out of range. He's trying not to let him get going. He understands that if he starts to go downhill and gain confidence, it could be problems for him in the next few rounds. So he's been a matador at this moment. But I would advise Xander, okay, because I see this all the time in football. I would advise him when they go in that prevent defense, right? Hey, keep doing what you was doing. Use that jab. Establish your jab. Establish control. Run him into shots. Don't just move and allow him to build more confidence moving forward, thinking that you're getting tired.
And I would think Xander and his camp do have great reason to believe that they're in control of the scorecards up until we got to that 8th round. So Mark Reed gave the 8th round to Garcia. That's justified, as would be giving him some credit for what he did in round number 9. But prior to that, it was all Zayas.
Absolutely. And I always say you're a lot safer when you're closer to your opposition because you can tie them up like that and not allow them to work. Xander's getting away from his jab. He needs to get back on that jab.
Well, every time we talk about Xander Zayas,
absolutely.
Warning from Xander Zayas' corner as well is to be careful trading on the inside and to just be hyper aware as we're under 6 minutes to go to decide who is the WBO world champion at 154 pounds. And keep in mind, this is also the first 12-round fight for Xander Zayas.
It don't look like it.
Nope.
It don't look like it.
Counter right hand.
See, and that's what I mean by you're safer inside, because if you go outside and you allow Garcia to get momentum coming forward and he starts to build confidence and thinking that, again, you're fading. Oh, he's fading. He doesn't want to punch. He doesn't want to punch. Then it becomes a problem. But you stop him like that with that offense, right? And then when he gets close, you step in and you tie him up, stop all of that, what he thought he was going to do.
Stop holding. Stop holding.
Yep, you got the first warning right there from the ref.
Time! Over there.
Second warning.
I know. Give me the towel.
Okay.
Mira. Over there.
They're going to wipe up the center of the ring.
Absolutely.
Timmy, you were saying that this needed to be done
yes.
a few rounds ago.
Good job. Great job. You know, the sweat and the water they put on the head to revive the fighter in the corner, you know, it starts dripping down on the trunks and then become full of water and they just drip off at the bottom right there. You see, especially from Garcia, his trunks are full of water.
He's looking for that counter right hand again. Sports Center's coming up after our World Championship fight, as well as the state of boxing on the ESPN app. That is where we will give you all the post-fight analysis and interviews and backstage access with both fighters. And really unprecedented access every time on the State of Boxing. So we hope you enjoy that on the ESPN app. Our post-fight show will be there.
Keep working, keep working.
Zayas able to get away again with that movement.
Good defense, man. You could tell.
Using his legs.
But I'm just saying, like, that's the first line of defense, but also the head movement.
Yes.
Again, and seeing those punches come and getting out the way.
Can use your feet. He's done that well. Can move your head. He's done that well and can block punches.
Yeah, it's there for the taking. Look, I think Garcia's prime. He's ready. I think he's ready to go. Yes, he's tough. He's doable, but I think he's ready to go. I think Xander, he started wrapping it up, that offense a little bit. Cause some concern as well. He has that ability. But right now, he's comfortable with just winning the fight easily and go home with that belt.
Three-punch combination from Zayas brings about a response from Garcia, and we are 3 minutes away from crowning a world champion. Let's listen in. All the years of hard work, the days of sparring, the pro fights to work yourself into position, and it comes down to this. 3 minutes, 12th and final round. Who will be a world champion? Xander Zayas has dreamed of this moment. He said the dream is to do it here at MSG, the place that feels like home. His 8th time fighting here on property, his 4th straight time in the intimate theater that is passion-filled with his Puerto Rican supporters. And listen to them. What does Garcia need to do here, Timmy?
Sell out. Just let those punches fly, Tess. That's it. Let them fly. Aim at the body, aim at the chest, hit the arms, hit anywhere. Just let them go. Go for it. And at least you can say, hey, I lost, but I gave it everything I damn had in my body.
Zayas had a nice short right hand at the end of the last exchange.
Stop. Xander, you gotta stop holding, man.
Ooh.
These fat, lazy, wide sweeping punches by Garcia. Zayas continues to move. Zayas still looks really good on his feet. Oh,
nice
good three-punch combination. Good headshot that finished it up.
Stop. You gotta stay over here.
You see the frustration right now starting to build from Garcia. Having a hard time locating Xander. He just wants to get after him. He wants to land something hard.
Look at that clock. We're under a minute to go. And
Saying,
Xander Zayas gets to this finish line safely as he appears that he can. There's going to be a heck of a celebration, most likely, here in New York.
It's going to be one of the greatest moments in Xander Zayas' life.
We're going to have the youngest active champion in boxing in the world at just 22 years old. The young man born in San Juan, Puerto Rico, went to high school in South Florida where he trained. He has spent half of his life with his trainer, Javier Centeno. He has said the dream has to come true tonight, right here. And perhaps he's 20 seconds away from realizing that.
That's okay, it's okay.
And Tess, there's no championship better than the first one you win, Tess. I promise you that. No greater feeling.
Trevor and Kevin, thank you very much. Look forward to Sports Center. It's a fun night here at MSG. Tim Bradley, let's go through what we saw between Xander Zayas and Jorge Garcia.
Tonight, I mean, Xander answered all the questions tonight. Can he take a punch? Yes, he can take a punch. He doesn't punch hard enough. Many thought he didn't, including myself. Is he big enough? Is he skilled enough to compete with the best fighters out there in the world at the age of 22? He fought a strategic fight tonight, a brilliant battle of execution, of technical prowess and ability, speed, combination punching, counters from all directions, check hooks from right hands, body work. He did it all tonight to accomplish his dream against a hungry, determined Garcia, who has come into this ring with confidence, all the confidence in his body that he was going to win this world championship tonight. And Xander Zayas shut that down. My gosh, what a performance by this young man tonight. Congratulations to Xander Zayas. Way to get it done.
We'll add to the fact that you see these CompuBox numbers that he landed 45% of his power punches. Mark Kriegel.
119, 109, 11 rounds to 1. Garcia brought it just like he said he would, and in the process, made Xander Zayas a star.
Here's the Hall of Fame ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr. with the cards.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Tony Paolillo scores the bout 116 to 112. Tom Schreck sees it 118 to 110. And Robin Taylor scores the action 119 to 109. All three in favor of the winner by unanimous decision. He is now the WBO Junior Middleweight Champion of the world. El orgulloso boricua de San Juan, Puerto Rico, Xander Zayas.
The embrace with family, with manager, with trainer.
Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, the time has come for the main event of the evening, brought to you by Miller Lite. Cheers to another round of Miller time, and presented by the refreshing taste of Twisted Tea, Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. And by Bet Online, Loteria de Puerto Rico, Municipio de San Juan, Puerto Rican Tourism Company, Extra Vite, Coliseo de Puerto Rico y Autoridad del Distrito. All right, fans, here we go with a featured bout of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing scheduled. Champion versus champion for the unified WBO and WBA 154-pound championship of the world. Y ahora, damas y caballeros, público presente y aficionados del todo el mundo en vivo. De San Juan, Puerto Rico, esta es la pelea estelar de la noche. And presenting first, the WBA World Champion fighting out of the blue corner. Wearing red trunks with white and gold trim, he weighed in at 153 1/2 pounds. Presentando en la esquina azul, tiene un peso de 153 libras y media. With a record of 17 wins and 1 loss, he has 9 wins coming by way of knockout. Tiene un récord de 17 victorias y 1 derrota con 9 ganadas por la vía del knockout. Tonight, he is making the first defense of his title en la primera defensa de su título from Oberhausen, Germany. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the newly crowned, reigning and defending WBA Super Welterweight Champion of the World. Aquí está Abbas Barau. And his opponent across the ring, the WBO World Champion, fighting out of the red corner. wearing black trunks with red trim. He weighing in the same 153.5 pounds. Y su rival en la esquina roja, pesando 153 libras y media. Puerto Rico's future of boxing holds a record of 22 wins, no losses, with 13 wins coming by way of knockout. Con un sobresaliente récord de 22 victorias sin derrota, tiene 13 ganadas por la vía del knockout. Tonight making his first defense of his title, en la primera defensa de su título, aquí está el guerrero de San Juan, Puerto Rico. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the undefeated, reigning and defending WBO Junior Middleweight Champion of the World. Damos la bienvenida al futuro del boxeo en Puerto Rico, Xander Zayas. And once again, the referee in charge, now to give instructions, Roberto Ramirez Jr.
Well, gentlemen, this is a WBO and a WBA world title fight. You know the rules already, but remember, when I say break, it's one step back with no landing punches, and punches are good over the hip. I'm unclear. Please, God bless you both.
If they've sparred 80 rounds, we can call this round 81, but this time it is for real. 2 world titles on the line. Will we see a historic moment for Puerto Rico, or will the heroic tale of Abbas Barau continue?
This is when boxing is at its best, when it's champion versus champion, when there's multiple belts on the line. Both of these guys will have to elevate their game tonight to walk out of here the new unified champ at 154 pounds, and I think they'll bring out the best in each other tonight.
It's going to test out will and skill, that's for damn sure.
The keys for Zayas, as he stressed to us in fighter meetings, his manager Peter Kahn said the same thing. His back cannot be against the ropes in this fight. And already you could see how steadfast Zayas is in terms of holding center ring.
The same can be said about Abbas as well. He's holding the center of the ring, and he's in position to unleash that right hand.
Right hand to the body there from Zayas.
Good jab.
There you go.
That could be a pesky and consistent jab from Barau when he gets it working.
Xander Zayas getting that body work working here early as well. Down with the jab to the body, also bringing it back up top. A lot of work with that lead left hand.
Yeah, but you see the timing right there of Abbas. Every now and then he sneaks a jab in.
Zayas trying to use his footwork, trying to continually pivot and keep Barau resetting. That was one thing that Zayas' team stressed. They feel that Barau doesn't punch when you're punching, right?
Yeah, he goes in at an active guard. Sometimes he will, but the thing is that Xander's not staying there long enough to receive anything.
Uppercut there from Zayas. Barau leaning forward, trying to get to the inside. 2 little left hands connect there from Barau.
I'm waiting on that right hand from Xander. You know, it's early on. Xander probably doesn't feel comfortable throwing it right now, but Barau, what he's doing is he's lunging in with that jab there. That was the right hand in the uppercut counter from Xander right there. He sees it.
Right hand in the body from Zayas, a left hook up top. Get some oohs and ahs from the crowd here in San Juan.
Ooh.
Scraping left hook there from Barau.
Barau is trying to shrink this ring, man. He's putting a lot of pressure on Xander. And this is the first round. Yes, he's absorbing some shots. He's catching some shots on the arm. However, he's making Xander work.
Body there from Zayas as he climbs the ladder with a quick combination up top. Fast-paced fight here in the opening round, as expected. As we head back to the stools. Round 2 underway, and we just saw the same stoic gaze on the face of a boss Barau that we've seen all week long. We're listening in to the instructions from Zayas' corner. Christina, what do you think about that advice?
I think it was great. I mean, they have such a great rapport. He's been with him since day one. I think they were very precise, clear instructions, very calm. I mean, I don't expect anything less from Javier Centeno, but I really like what I heard there.
Yeah, Tim, very specific they're being in terms of saying, don't lead with an uppercut. It has to come off of something.
Yeah, definitely has to come off of something because you leave yourself out there for that hook for Barau. But at the same time, that first round, it was just perfect for Xander. I thought he controlled it very, very well, using his jab, using his feints, using his movement to evade Barau's attack.
Barau's got to throw some more punches here in round 2. I mean, when he did, he was effective. He got through with his jab through the guard a couple of times. He put on that physical pressure stalking forward. Just not enough punches for me from Barau to take that first round.
And you know what? He's gonna be able to conserve some energy for the later half, the second half.
For sure.
That's what he's banking on. He's banking on Xander to slow down.
If you're Barau, you can't wait till later. You're fighting in San Juan, Puerto Rico against Xander Zayas. You got to get busy.
I agree 1,000%.
You got to get busy.
But early on, you're fighting a guy with quicker feet, quicker hands, quicker combinations right there. He just buzzed Barau momentarily in place for a second with that right hand.
And Barau, going back to our earlier point, kind of breaking habit a little bit. Remember, Zayas' team, they're of the belief that Barau won't punch if you're punching at him. They need to wait until you stop punching. But Barau punching with Zayas at times to land that jab.
Every now and then, he'll punch off that high guard. Yeah, he will. But a lot of times, I love the way Xander is rolling underneath, changing his angle, making Barau pick up his feet.
Sneaky body shot there from Zayas.
Beautiful work.
And I know you were waiting to see Zayas let his right hand go. He's been a little cautious with it, but you heard Javier explain why, and that makes sense. He said, you know, keep doing everything off the lead left. Let's be patient with the right. And I often say carve things up, because when I see Xander Zayas fight, it's like he carves his opponent up. The way he switches that hand, the way he changes the trajectory on the punches with the lead hand, it works. It's surgical.
It is, and then he ties his man up, you know, when he needs to tie him up. He doesn't allow him to work, which is brilliant. Not only is he being technical, like you're saying, Christina, he's also being tactical as well. Good decision-making by Xander Zayas at the moment.
Again on the final 20 seconds here of round 2.
And again, right here, Barau should be jabbing. Get yourself in some sort of rhythm, and instead he gets caught with an uppercut from Zayas off the left hand.
That right hand. Chance of Zayas raining down here. Congratulating their native son on a terrific start.
However, when that jab come out, hey, have something in the bag, counter. An outside slip, counter over his jab, because you know that's what he's going to lead with.
Yeah, fun pairing, Boss Barau and his trainer, George Rubio, who you saw in the corner there, who spent 17 years coaching one of the Cuban national teams. Coached the Mexican Olympic team as well. So you see Barau, you see pressure fighter, but in his corner, so much technical expertise.
Got that bit of that Cuban school earlier. We talked about how early in his career he had that Arthur Abraham team, that team from Germany that helped him. You saw a lot of that in those early days coming out of his amateur. So just a well-schooled all-around fighter. And you know, he's better than what you're seeing right now in these first 2 rounds. You see moments. Hopefully we'll see a little more from him, but he's very, very well-schooled. And there is the right hand as I asked for some more.
Stepped in with an excellent right hand.
Look, you got 12 rounds of work. You know, I mean, the first 2 rounds, of course, you know, it didn't go his way. However, he's starting to mount his attack right now, which is good because you got to change the ties, right? But he's banking on the later half. He's trying to get Xander to fall asleep a little bit. You know, you can tell that he wants to make him pay for that jab. But right now, Xander is quick and very accurate and fast on his feet. So as the fight progresses, he starts to slow down a little bit. Maybe he'll be able to land. He's looking for that right hand.
And by and large, this isn't out of character, not just for Barau, but any pressure fighter. Typically speaking, they are banking on those later rounds like you're talking about, Tim.
Yes.
They need those early rounds, sometimes just to set pace, not necessarily worrying about whether they win it or not.
Yeah, I didn't think that Barau was going to win the early part of this fight just due to the speed and the accuracy and the quickness of Xander. Like I told you guys, I'm worried about the latter half. If Xander, if he expenses a lot of energy early on and don't have the legs and the conditioning late, it could be a problem. Barau's just waiting on him to slow down a tad bit. Good jab. Barau still trying to invite him in. You see him taking that half a step back, still trying to invite him in. He wants Xander to overcommit. That's what he's hoping for.
And he's seen, you know, him in sparring 80-something rounds. We've talked about it time and time again, but, you know, it was almost like he knew something that we didn't know from going all those rounds, was that he knew when he felt like he saw him, you know, when he gave him that pressure in sparring, he's like, I saw something in his eyes. Like, I knew when he was worried. I knew when he was concerned, right?
He said specifically, I know when he panics.
Panics was the word, thank you.
Good left hook there from Zayas.
I didn't want to say the wrong word, that he said panic is exactly, I know when he panics.
Hook there from Zayas right
That's the
at
moments
the
that
bell.
I'm talking about. And he was able to land that right hand.
Round 4 begins. This WBO and WBA junior middleweight title unification bout. Xander Zayas off to a good start here against Abbas Barau. One of the questions that was posed of Zayas, as we were talking about last round, is can he start a little bit too hot and then fade? But he said that he learned that lesson. He knows better after the Jorge Garcia win.
Yeah, I think that win did a lot for his career, honestly. I mean, you know, Garcia is one of those guys that puts relentless pressure on you. He's not as technical as Barau, but however, he puts that pressure on you, and he felt like he was good. You know, he was able to carry a high pace throughout. He felt that his conditioning was great, and he's looking good right now.
That was the first time he was able to go 12 rounds as a pro. He knew if he was going to be a world champion and have those defenses, he was going to need to do that. Abbas Barau's gone 12 rounds like 5 times in his career, and he gets stronger late. So that's good pacing for him to know I can stand in there and do this, you know, middle and late in fights.
That's a good point, Christina. Barau has been effectively a 12-round fighter since his 9th, 10th pro fight when they tossed him in there against Jack Colquet. He was a world-ranked fighter at that time. Nearly beat Colquet less than 10 fights into his pro career. Barau again trying to get that right hand going, but Zayas just a little bit too quick, steps back with that counter.
Great counter punching right there from Zayas. Great eyes. Great eyes. Woo, what an uppercut. Small little step to the left, boom, uppercut, getting under. Ooh.
Slip counter was nice.
Found that same shot and then came up top with the right hand. And it's worth noting that Zayas is naturally left-handed. His power hand is out front, and it's something that we've seen here on the island with some of its most famous fighters. Miguel Cotto was that way. Ivan Calderon, our Spanish colleague, was the opposite, naturally right-handed, led with his right hand.
I love the way Xander Zayas, he's not, usually he gets heavy, front foot heavy with that left hook. He's constantly trying to throw a left hook, but he's being very patient, and look at the creativity. You know, he's seeing the head, dip a little bit low, he's coming up with the uppercut, then he's turning the corner with the left hook. I just want to see that right hand be deployed afterwards. I'm telling you, it'll land. It will land. Stop. But love the creativity from Xander Zayas with that lead hand, Corey.
They're so on point, too, because we can hear Xander's corner pretty loud, and the Zayas corner telling him, you know, throw that uppercut, but I need the right hand right behind it, which is what you've been calling for as well.
Out trying to pick up the pace, but the punch output not there quite yet. Can't quite find the moving target of Xander Zayas.
Whatsoever. You know, he may be frustrated in his head. He's not going to show it. However, he got a great poker face, but he knows he's down. His corner knows he's down. And right now, you know, Xander is in a great groove right now, and I think he's sweeping this fight.
Yeah, right, and you can hear the urgency, Christina, in the Barau corner right now. They know that he needs to start selling out in terms of that pressure.
I mean, you're down 4 rounds to none. You know, Barau's trainer telling him, it's time to get busy.
Big right
you got to start letting your hands go now. There's the right hand.
It is the right hand, and I love the fact that Xander's not staying there after landing that right hand. That makes things difficult for Barau, who's more slow-footed.
Okay, come on.
The word we kept hearing in the Zayas corner is alert, stay alert, and I think that is what you're seeing. You watch the body language, the focus of Zayas. He is alert every second of this fight so far.
He has to be. He cannot fall asleep, not 1 second. It's round by round, second by second, minute by minute. He has to be because Barau is still dangerous.
Oh, beautiful combination, Corey. My goodness.
Switching things up, that right hand, then the left hook. Primarily Zayas at his corner's behest. He's been leading with that left hand, bring the right hand behind it. Pitching backwards there, catching Barau a little bit off guard. You see the head movement now. Barau has been having some success here in round 5 with shots like that. That's about the 5th right hand that Barau has landed here in round 5.
And that's when he gets Xander in close range, right? When Xander stays at that mid or long range, he has a lot of success. But when Barau is able to bait him in a bit, or he stands there and exchanges in the middle, that's where we've seen Abbas Barau have the most success.
Xander's starting to go out a little bit fat as well when he takes his angles, and Barau is punching where he believes he's going to be.
Beautiful uppercut there from Zayas and a right hand behind it. But Barau stands in there, begging for the exchanges. Oh. Another good right hand there from Barau.
That's going to keep Zayas honest all night long, that right hand from Barau.
Starting to get real serious in there for Xander Zayas. This round right here, Barau is starting to find that target for that right hand.
Ooh, he shook that one.
Final 15 seconds of the round here.
It is heating up.
It is indeed heating up. Abbas Barau coming alive here in the 5th round. And even if you don't think he won this round, you know he's here now. And so does Xander Zayas.
Move left, all right, I'll meet you. Where you going? Right hand right down the middle.
A direct quote from Abbas Barau to Ring Magazine's Nate Marrero earlier this week. I know how he moves, and I think he is starting to see some of those patterns, even if it isn't identical.
Yes.
Habits are habits, Tim, and certain things are going to look like they did in sparring.
But I'll tell you this.
Beautiful uppercut, chopping right hand there from Zayas.
Yes. Great counter, but sometimes you don't have to throw. That's what Abbas wants you to do. He wants you to throw. Sometimes you can step in, tie him up, slow the pace down a little bit, you know? That's what I want to see for Xander, because that's what he wants to force you out, let your combinations go, but then he wants to hit you after when you're trying to reset or when you're disengaging.
To that point, Christina, one thing that Zayas' camp stressed, that he needs to be more active and more alert, going back to that word, coming out of breaks, coming out of clinches. Stronger is the term that they used.
Oh, for sure. And those are the times when he gets caught. That's when his defensive lapses happen, when he comes out of clinches like that. I also don't love him circling to the right. Now he is circling to the left, but he gets caught sometimes going, you know, towards Abbas Barau's right hand, and he needs to be careful. If he gives himself the longer distance, fine. But if he's in close, he's got to stay away from that shot. Ooh, see?
Right hand again.
And you see that lead hand down, though.
And you see these different looks that Barau does have. Look at this pendulum step he's got going on now.
Yeah, and I think he got entertained by that from Xander Zayas starting to bounce on his toes. And that's what Xander needs to do. He needs to drop more feints. He has to drop more feints. When you have somebody like Barau who's a counter puncher and is looking to time you, you got to drop feints so that way he can't catch on to your timing.
Barau starting to fall short at times with that right hand, and Zayas taking a step back to land that counter left hook.
Good angle. I love the angles from Xander tonight. One place that Barau's not going, he's not going to the body enough. He's not attacking that body. Just slow these legs down of Xander. Ooh, but you know who's going downstairs?
Xander Zayas is. Barau's corner told him a couple rounds ago, hey, we want you to start jabbing to the body a little bit more. Maybe start that pattern with that as we approach the final 20 seconds here of round 6.
Back on those level changes as well, right? Stay down.
look there from Zayas. Gets his shots off.
Oh, beautiful
Gets
defense.
underneath, does it again. Good left hook.
Some high-level stuff right here by Bo.
Good defense.
See a double move right there from Barau.
Round 7 underway. Our main event between Xander Zayas and Abbas Barau. Both men putting their world titles on the line, and things are really heating up now. High-level stuff from both men.
Yes.
Abbas Barau said earlier this week, I haven't seen a fighter who can handle my pressure. He's got half a fight to go to prove that hypothesis correct.
And you see that stick right there, that jab, that lead hand. That's what's going to win Xander the fight. He got clipped with the right hand right there, dropping it. Barau's doing a good job in sneaking behind that jab, man. He is.
Little side steps right there. There you go. I want your feet moving.
And these are sometimes the middle rounds where we've seen Xander slow down just a little bit. So it'll be interesting, which you know, now we're on the second half of the fight, likely up 6 rounds to none. He can afford to take his time and take a round off, if you will. But Abbas Barau can really capitalize on these moments right here.
That might have been the first short left hook that Barau landed in this fight. He landed it up top. Better left hands,
right.
Exactly.
That was a nice 45. Again, he cut off that exit. Cut that exit off Barau of Xander.
And Barau also got an uppercut in there twice.
Let it go, let it go, let it go.
I think this is the panic that Barau was talking about in the fighter meeting. He says when you get close to him, you make him uncomfortable. He starts to panic.
It's almost as if he's completely tuned in to what Javier is telling him, right? I mean, he calls for a shot and then, or 3.
Yeah.
And Xander lands it.
Yeah, but that 1-2-1, that 1-2-1 that Barau just landed was pretty clean too.
Yeah, kind of walking with his shots, lands that last one.
You see Xander. You see Xander now. Xander is like, all right, he's catching on to my rhythm. He's catching on my rhythm. Let me switch things up. Now he's trying to move his hands to disguise again to slow down that pressure from coming from Barau.
I think Zayas, Tim, now working at a pace that is, at the very least, less comfortable than it was in the first 4 rounds.
Yeah, Barau's having a good round here.
And right hand there for Barau.
Another big shot, overhand right. You know, the one thing that I'm not seeing from Xander Zayas, and I don't know why, I don't understand why there's not tie-ups included in his game plan. Tie-ups is a part of it. You want to slow the momentum down. He's using his legs a lot. He's coming back. I get it. However, to stop that forward momentum, step in and tie him up. Good right hand.
Good hand to the body, chopping right hand upstairs. Round 8 underway. And now in the second half of the fight, this is when many would expect Barau to start doing his best work. But again, we are of the belief that Zayas probably has at least 6 rounds in the bank in all likelihood.
Yes.
And so now,
right.
Barau could be in a position where it's not just making Zayas panic, he has to produce something hurtful and potentially sweep these rounds.
Look, right now, I like the start of this round for Barau. I'm not gonna lie. He came out with guns blazing. He landed some shots on him. It's clean right hands over the top of the jab.
And I'm pretty sure Barau's corner told him, I need you punching while he's punching. You know he's gonna throw in combinations and then stop. I need you to return fire right there with him. I need more from you.
It's more punching while he's moving. Because when you're moving, you have to set your feet, plant your feet to be able to throw a shot. So while he's moving, he's vulnerable. And that's what Barau's taking advantage of Xander.
But Tim, I feel like Barau also, he needs to be set to throw his shots. He's not really one that gets his shots off on the move as effectively.
Big right hand there from Zayas. There was some zip on that one.
See, like small little shots like that, that's what I'm talking about. He's running in with combinations now, as opposed to single shots from the outside. Barau. Oh, slip.
Are you okay?
issue there for Barau as that right hand from Zayas landed.
Love that change. That was a nice changeup right there. He threw the curveball instead of the fastball down the middle. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. He's trying to attack him on the angle change now.
Yeah, you can hear Zayas' corner right now, Christina, telling him, hey, when he steps in, you throw that right hand. And I think that Barau does have a little bit of a tell, that big exaggerated step he's taking. Yes. Zayas is timing it well, like that.
Zayas got away right there. He started salsaing for a second. One thing I would say Xander's getting away from is he's getting away from that jab. I hope the right hand is not causing him not to use that jab.
Right hand there from Zayas. I believe some blood may be coming from the mouth of Abbas Barau.
Good movement.
Barau pawing at his face a little bit more here. Still keeping that high guard, trying to find the right hand. Zayas, once again this round, very difficult for Barau to find. Beautiful uppercut right at the bell, and one that was a little bit late. We go with round 9. Barau first to center ring, and you'd have to think that if it wasn't desperation time before, it probably is now.
Oh, nice little post right there from Xander, showing a little wrinkle. Getting that lead hand out. Head clash right there.
Hand clips Zayas there, but back he comes with a right hand of his own. And the crowd coming alive. The combinations from Zayas are flying. A smile on the face of Abbas Barau, who might have momentarily created the fight he is looking for.
They are both standing there trading toe-to-toe. I don't love this position right here for Xander. He did some good work there, but Abbas Barau is tough as nails, and he looked for a second to be stunned, but came right back and answered with some solid shots of his own.
And that might have been the confidence boost he needed to.
That's exactly what he needed. However, my concern is the signage in the center of the ring. You saw Xander Zayas almost slip and fall right there. I'm just worried a shot bit landing and his feet going underneath him and creates a knockdown.
Yeah, the same thing almost happened to Barau last round. Remember that right hand to the body and his feet went out underneath him.
But you see how smart Xander is. Now he's moving on the outside away from that signage.
That also works to the benefit of Abbas Barau, who wants desperately for Zayas to park himself along the ropes.
And Xander Zayas just parked a right hand on the jaw of Barau.
Xander Zayas is showing out, man. Get my energy going. He's showing out tonight. Nice counter.
Nice uppercut there.
Oh, head clash.
Heads come together. You see Zayas blinking a little bit. A warning from the official here. Stern reminder from Zayas' corner. I need you out long range. Right around that long range would help.
Yeah, I need you at your range, not his. Yeah.
And that's mid-range to inside. That's where his range is. Outside, Xander all day long. That's where he's gonna win this fight.
Advice again coming from the corner of Zayas, telling him, hey, 2 shots and go. You don't need to hang out there.
You see how wet Barau's trunks are. All that water's dripping around the entire ring. It's not good.
I know 10
both
seconds.
have the same disadvantage.
3 rounds to go in this title unification bout between Xander Zayas and Abbas Barau. You see the gait of Abbas Barau now. That foot pressure is picking up. He knows that he needs these rounds and something more.
And pivots and angles and everything that Xander's using. He's losing Barau. And that left hook is starting to work for him as well. He's turning the corner. We're using that left hook, clearing that side.
And he's resisted the urge to turn this into a series of kind of timing battle exchanges, because that's when Barau had the most success he's had in this fight.
You're exactly right.
And although we talk about how strong Abbas Barau is late, none of his knockouts have come past the 6th round in any of the fights. His wins at distance have been by decision. So although he's strong late, he doesn't necessarily carry that knockout power in those late rounds. And he needs something like a knockdown, at least at this point, like you mentioned, Corey, to bring himself back into this fight. Probably a couple
of knockdowns.
Well, and as we know, he's world champion because of late heroics. That fight against Ennis, we remember that final round knockdown with one glove hanging off of his hand.
The tape was all over the place.
Abbas Barau is not quitting. He is going to be here every round of this fight. But Xander Zayas just is not where he wants him to be.
And Xander Zayas is not going to fold under that pressure. You can't break his will.
Xander knows he has a chance to make history tonight. He's had a look in his eye all week long. He's done every media obligation. He's still been himself, but he said, I'm willing to go to hell and back. I will do whatever it takes tonight for my island. It's his first fight here in 6 years. To walk out of here an unified world champion and the youngest current in the sport of boxing right now.
He said he can drag me to hell if he wants to. I'm willing to go there.
He's ready. But he's showing it tonight, man. He's doing a little bit of everything. That last round, he stood there, fought, he exchanged with Barau, landed combinations.
And you said he can't fall asleep. He can't get lackadaisical, and he has not.
No, he hasn't.
Not to this point.
Been sharp all night. The pressure's been coming all night. It has been.
Nice counter uppercut there from Zayas, who steps back, comes back in. That scoop shot as we enter the final 10 seconds of the round. At which point we will have 6 minutes remaining in our main event as Zayas lands another sneaky shot to the body as we head back to the corners. Let the championship rounds begin, round 11. Xander Zayas has been pitching a near-perfect game at times here tonight. Of course, Abbas Barau doing some good work in spots, but just has not been able to create that consistency that we've seen out of him on his ascent towards a world title.
You could tell his corner sensed it too, right? Abbas Barau's trainer telling him, please, please, I need you to throw more punches. You're being too defensive. You have to go. You have 2 rounds to keep your championship. And I mean, that's desperation, and you can tell that, you know, on Abbas's face, he just looks a little bit defeated already.
Oh, he just ran into a nice right hand, and you can tell, Christina, from just the way his feet are moving here, there's a little bit of that chaotic energy. He knows what's at stake now.
Yeah, but like to Christina's point, his feet has to be set. There's not a whole lot of power coming in those punches when he's lunging forward like that. And with the desperation, he can open himself up and run into a shot that he doesn't see from Xander Zayas.
And you'll see Xander likely do just enough here in these last 2 rounds. He'll throw a little combination. When his back touches the ropes, he'll slide out just like that and work his way around. It's worked. Abbas Barau has not been able to do anything at long range, only when they've been in close.
Chopping right hand there on the inside from Barau. Back comes Zayas with a left hook to the body.
One of the best things I think about Zayas is that right there. Good hand speed combinations. He throws about 75 punches around. I mean, that's for your middleweight. 75 punches around. It's a lot of artillery.
Well, and that's a good distinction too, Tim, because I think sometimes people will see a boxer who moves in any respect and they call it running.
Yes.
If you're throwing 70 punches around, You're not running, you're sliding and boxing and rolling.
Yes.
Such a good point. You see him moving around the outside, controlling this. You see Barau hunting, going forward, and you always think that, especially the casual fans are going to say, well, he was stalking him all night. He was running. He's out-punched. He's probably doubled his punch output. Has Xander Zayas than Barau tonight, and has been on the move.
I know 15 seconds here of round 11.
We say, why make it hard on yourself? Make it easy. That's what Xander Zayas is trying to do.
Xander Zayas trying to make it easy. Island time for Xander Zayas. Show of respect between two old friends who have given us a tremendous main event thus far. 3 minutes to go. Can Xander Zayas make history here in Puerto Rico? And every second that ticks away here is valuable for Zayas.
And he's got to be aware, he's got to be alert until the final bell.
He doesn't have to do much. Nope. He's ahead on the scorecards. If I was in his corner, I'm like, hey, survive the onslaught, tie him up. Don't allow him to get working those hands. See, he's building confidence now.
All-out pressure from Barau, who leaps in with a good left hook.
You know Xander wants to put on a show. You know he wants to get a knockout. He wants to, you know, his pride, his heart, all of that. But it's just not necessary at this point.
It's not necessary. He's playing Russian roulette right now. He seems comfortable inside the pocket. Barau seems to be tiring out. Nope. He said, just needed to recharge for a second.
Barau letting his hands fly with whatever he's got left. Back comes Zayas with a big uppercut. This is how unified title fights should look in the 12th round.
It's crazy. I mean, we're to sit back and enjoy the show at this point because these two are going to leave it all in the ring. But Xander Zayas is a little over a minute away from making history, and he's not just going to mail it in, of course.
Xander Zayas not resting on his laurels.
Why?
A boss Barau trying to produce.
He's Puerto Rican, baby. Because he's Puerto Rican. That heart.
And Barau produced heroics here in the final 45 seconds.
You seen the face? He said, F it, I'm going to work.
Yeah.
He looked at us like, I'm not stopping.
I think this is he's putting on a show for the fans. That's what Xander's doing right now. I think he's in control. He knows what's going on.
Maybe the new face of Puerto Rican boxing is showing the heart of Puerto Rican boxing. Final moments.
Wow.
Split decision. Tenemos una decisión dividida. Judge ringside, el juez Oliver Bryan tiene la pelea. Scores about 116 to 112, 116 a 112 a favor de Barau. Judge at ringside, Patrick Morley vio la pelea. He has about 116 to 112, 116, 112 a favor de Xander Zayas. Y el juez José R. Torres vio la pelea. Scores the action, 116 to 112, 116 a 112, a favor del ganador, in favor of the winner. And now the unified WBO and WBA junior middleweight champion of the world,